Woo! All right, all right, we got everybody. Let me just turn the music off. All right, yo, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to insert podcast name here, also known as Khalid. What was the name?
All pod and no cast.
All pod, no cast. We don't really have a name for it yet, so if you got names, let me know. If you don't worry about it. But tonight we got a stacked lineup. You know what? Let's get a close up on me. Let's do that. I'll explain what we're doing. Okay, so what we're doing here. This is a new podcast. It's gonna be scuffed as fuck and it's gonna be casual as fuck. There are no expectations. I got a couple things in like as backups for topics that we're gonna talk about, but overall, this is an idea that I have come up with. When I say come up with, I took it from Trainwreck. Where we're just gonna get streamers every week or people that are in the business generally. They don't even have to stream, and we're just gonna talk about shit. And hopefully new people can meet each other. Communities can interact, and it's gonna be authentic. We're gonna just be vibing. That's literally it. This is like so casual. Like this isn't. I mean, it could get deep, but it's also very casual. I just want to like, emphasize that it's just kind of homies hanging out. And I brought some people that know each other and other people that don't know each. Nice, Alex. And yes, did you ruin? Now I have to do the.
Do it again. Do it again.
Shit, Alex.
All right.
Good shit.
All right. Now you guys are doing your own fucking intros. All right, Khalid, we're gonna start with you. You introduce yourself.
We're doing our own intros now?
Yeah, because Alex Radpuppy here makes. Just fucking say something. Dude.
Hi, my name is Khalid. I stream on Twitch. I'm friends with Rio. I don't really know what to say. He told me not to prepare anything because he was gonna do this part, but yeah, that's all me. Yeah,
not wrong actually.
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right,
no. He needs to say more.
Okay, and then say one fun fact about yourself too. Actually,
one fun fact. I'm from New York, and I like saying certain words a lot.
You think New York is so good?
It's the best.
So good.
Anyway, let's go next. Juve, you're okay, you guys. Juve is the wild card here, but I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hi, my name is Juve. I had to pay to be on this podcast, unfortunately. I had to pay $250 my own hardworking money. It's nice to play people I haven't met. It's a pleasure meeting you. People I haven't met. You know, I hate you, Riofacer. I'm sorry, guys. Fun fact: I quit League and I became a just chatting streamer because the game I don't love it anymore.
I think that is actually a future topic to talk about, like the state of League of Legends.
We will talk about it. There's a reason I'm attacking Juve in here because I think it's very good for stuff that I want to talk about tonight too. Because you guys are kind of both going the route that I recently chose as well, which is like, yo, fuck League of Legends. So we'll definitely talk about that. All right, the one, the only, the raddest of puppies, the one in the top right corner. You love her, you hate her. Alex, introduce yourself.
Hi. You know what's really funny about this picture? It actually shows the dog's balls. Can I keep it? Can I keep?
Is that TOS? I don't know.
Do you see him? Do you see him?
You know,
I'm moving it up
okay. Put the balls away.
Put the balls away.
I didn't notice until like you pointed it out.
I didn't notice until you said anything.
Put some fucking pants on. Holy shit. It's crazy.
Well, anyway, I'm Radpuppy. I got balls, as you can see. I used to stream. I'm on a break right now. I plan on coming back, taking over the world, blah, blah, blah. And I for one, I actually like League of Legends, so...
She doesn't play it enough.
No, I do, actually. I play it a lot.
ARAM Andy.
Yeah, and?
All right, and fun fact about yourself.
I like League of Legends. I got big balls.
You know she does have huge balls. All right, good enough. All right, that's Alex. Hey, you know what, chat? I want to everybody clap after an intro so everybody gets, more supportive here. Yes, queen. Good job. Okay, me. Okay, on to me. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a Giga random. You don't need to know me. I'm the guy who just put this together. My name's Rio. Play Riven, Yasuo, but I'm a variety Andy right now. And some of you might know me as the guy who stayed live for 2 whole weeks, literally recording himself traumatized himself.
Yeah, you did.
I'm gonna do it again. I would do it again.
No, guys, like he like legitimately traumatized himself. Like this man went through like mental turmoil live on stream. Like actually,
I didn't realize that's what it was until you told me that was what it was. I had zero fucking idea. And I'm like, holy shit, you're right. I just traumatized myself for 2 weeks on like live. That was the content.
That's pretty
So
good.
that was that.
Is your arm fully healed, by the way?
Is it what?
Is
it
your arm
healed?
fully healed? Yeah.
Oh, the arm? Yeah. So
Yeah.
I had tendonitis, which
Mhm.
which was kind of cool about the tweet was like, you guys know that therapist dude that's like on Twitter, Dr. Respawn?
Yeah.
He like comes up on the timeline all the time, for at least for me. And he actually reached out to me and he gave me a free like consultation session. He
Mhm.
gave me these exercises to do for like every day to stretch. And then he gave me exercises to do to actually like strengthen my tendons in my arm, because a little bit was my wrist, but what really hurt was like right here where like the tendons kind of move with your fingers. And he
Mhm.
basically said it was just overusage, but like he works with pro players. So he said as a pro player, you can't stop working. Like if you stop gaming for a few days, like you can't, like you just kind of have to
You're
game most
rusty.
days, unlike an
Yeah.
athlete.
Mhm.
And so he actually doesn't recommend people to like stop gaming or like doing, professional esports. He just tries to help them like strengthen their muscles. So I've just been doing exercise and it's been really working out. Granted, I don't play like 8 hours of League anymore a day, like every day. So
Mhm.
I haven't like stressed my wrist and my tendons since, but that really helped a lot. It took a whole 4 days though to stop hurting. So I think I made the right call when I stopped.
Just
But
become a tank player. You don't have to stress your wrist or anything.
oh yeah,
Just
let me just play pop.
Good
Sorry, I have ADHD. I need some fucking stimulus. Sorry, dude.
Wait,
and
that's how you
speaking of
feel
which-
about me?
You mean
Ouch,
stimulants?
bro.
1 second.
That hurts, man.
Oh,
That
we're gonna go
hurts.
to our next dude.
I'm coming back. My
okay,
camera
okay,
it went out of
okay.
focus. It went out of
You- you-
focus.
I don't want to introduce myself.
I'm
You guys-
back, I'm
you guys
back.
already know who I am.
Just-
Apparently, I
just
have
tell me-
ADHD
just-
and all that.
Oh, okay, hold on. Shut the fuck up, Tac. Okay, for all of you people in this call, if you're gonna turn off your camera, that's all I need to know. If you're gonna turn it off and turn it back on, you let me know how long, because then I gotta redo all this shit. All right, Tac.
My bad.
Yeah, you're good.
Don't apologize. Don't ever apologize to
Don't
Rio,
apologize.
please.
You're good. Yeah. All right, Tac, go.
All right, my name is Tactician, the man on a mission. Nah, I'm playing. Yeah. So I play. I play Poppy in League of Legends. High elo. That's like my main shtick, but I'm trying to derive from that. So for tonight, you guys just know me as Tactician, not the Tactician, the Poppy OTP. And yeah, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to have some talks, for sure.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Yo, that was so cute. He's like, guys, tonight
Call
I'm
him
a person.
Tactician.
I'm a person. Wait, what?
Call him Tactician. Because he wants to talk.
Oh, okay. That was actually not as
That's
bad as I
bars.
thought.
That's bars.
That was kind of bars.
Hard.
All right, and then last,
We even clapped for him.
not least.
Oh,
Oh yeah, everybody clap. Everybody clap for Tac. I forgot. My bad. Nobody clapped for me. That's fine. Last but not least, Zianni. How we doing, Chief?
Hello.
Fuck you guys, chat.
He has a son.
Why are you guys spamming this
Is
thing?
it-
My name is Zianni, and I am depressed.
Stop.
It is a pleasure to meet all of you.
Hell yeah.
Stop.
Woo! Depression.
All right, cool. So
Woo!
that's everybody. And with that, thank you guys for coming to the podcast. That's all we got for today. I'll
See you on
guys
episode
next-
2.
Episode 2's coming real hot.
Good hustle.
All right,
Good
for
hustle.
real. All right, so I'm gonna put this on you guys. Who wants to start it off? What do you guys want to talk about?
Yo, you're
What if we
okay. First
ask-
of all, let's
what
just
if
say
we
you're
ask-
the worst host there's ever been for him to put it on us to
Bro,
start off the
when I said
content
this-
because
Look.
I don't know what I signed up for. I seen Rio DM me on Discord. I'm
Can
like,
we
all right,
ask
Rio's the
chat?
homie. Yeah, what does chat want to talk about?
Look, I'm gonna be honest. There was no plan ever. That was the plan. Was that there was no plan? I thought I made that very clear.
Yeah,
The
I
plan
guess
is
that
there's
does
no
work.
plan.
Because, the first discussion is kind of what decides what the podcast is going to be like. So if we start with having absolutely no purpose or focus, we've established
But like,
that this is our goal.
no, but like you understand, like having no focus or purpose is a purpose within itself.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm
Elaborate.
impressed we've made it this far. Like the fact that like, the stream's gone for 15 minutes is actually so impressive.
I mean, bro, it's been 15. That's actually so much time.
Okay.
My God, all right.
Yo,
All right,
Mesmo,
let's
thank you
talk
for the
about
8
this.
months. Appreciate
What do
you.
you guys? Because I'm seeing. Okay, we all share a quality that every one of us has at least played League, even if we're not playing it right now. Let's just go straight into this one because I'm actually curious about this. I have seen, at least in my perspective, a mass amount of people, serious League streamers, unless they're like making a lot of money off of like streaming it like every day. they can handle like, the fucking culture of it. Even those people, I'm seeing a lot of push towards, yo, I need an out. I hate this shit. Fuck this. And I'm seeing a lot of it. And I'm seeing a lot of people, but like I also understand that League is a game that when you try to switch variety, usually it's worse than other games for whatever reason. Yeah. I'm wondering, yeah, we'll go to you next, Juve. What is like your opinion on this state of where League of Legends is going? And like, is it actually prevalent, or am I just fucking seeing shit? Because I know me, Tactician, and Juve are on that kind of bandwagon now. But Juve, go for it.
I just asked permission if I could turn off my camera and return it on for it's out of
This
it's out of
fucking
focus.
guy, man. Yeah, you're good.
Damn it! Give me a second.
Khalid, go ahead.
No, take your time. We'll come back. I'm not gonna switch it until you
Do we
have
have
what
a
you
lead
want.
here?
You don't have to answer. You don't have, guys. Nobody has to fucking raise their hand. If you want to speak, just speak. And then like
Pick
as
me.
adults, we'll okay, fine, Alex.
Pick me. Is it me?
I did.
Oh, did you want to finish your sentence?
No, that was the sentence.
Okay. Well, so I think most people know me. I've literally streamed League since like 2013, 2014, which is crazy if you think about it, because
That's almost 10 years.
yeah, it's almost 10 years ago. And I've
Oh my
played
God.
this game for so fucking long, and to be honest with you, I still love the game. Because for me, like League, I can see why people think it's repetitive, but I just personally don't find it very repetitive. And also in terms of content, I actually feel like there's so much potential. It's just really hard for people to make like quality content while also having quality gameplay, while also having like quality commentary, because you're asking a lot of streamers to provide like all three or more of those things. And so that's why, like, I guess that's probably what's always pushed me to still stream League, even though like right now I'm on like a literal break from streaming. When I do come back, I definitely will be playing a lot of League. Because I've always liked to have all three of those qualities. It always felt like it was easier to stand out when you're like that versus like in other games. Though that's super relative, because I feel like depending on whatever game you go into or whatever genre you go into, you can obviously stand out better there. But I'm gonna say some shit. I think most League content creators fucking suck, and that just leaves.
True.
She's coming at us.
I'm saying that.
I
saying that.
agree. I think League of Legends content is fucking oversaturated. Like the whole okay, just go on YouTube, right? Like the classic thumbnail is the what the fuck new plus and then it's like the champion, and it's we rinse and repeat that, and then we just fucking throw on the gameplay. Granted, some people have more to offer than others.
I'm going to your channel. This is what happens when you look up Tactician, by the way, guys.
Wait.
No, that's messed up.
That's a low blow. That's a low blow.
That's messed up.
Yeah, no. Going on with Radpuppy said, me personally, I actually still love the game too. I fucking love League. I've been playing since season 1, practically since the game came out, right? I fucking grew up playing League of Legends. I have pictures of me being 13 playing League of Legends on my computer with the terrible posture that followed me till this. Anyways, so basically the problem I have with the game is how Riot does not care about the high elo community, right? They don't care, that when trading occurs, that boosts.
Are you high elo?
Okay, listen.
Zianni, don't do him
Grandmaster statistically is high elo, okay? I don't want to hear nothing from you, Mr. Challenger.
Silver 150 LP is statistically high elo.
Okay, yeah, anything is high elo, but real talks though, for real. If we're talking like high elo, and then, if you kind of start making a name for yourself, you get people that, just purposely ent you because they don't like you as a person for whatever reason. And this is not like coming from like an ego perspective. It's literally how the game works in the higher levels of play.
Hates you.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of that, T1 actually doesn't like me because he thinks I sniped him on stream because I matched against him 3 times in a row. So like he thought I was sniping him for content or whatever, but like it was just coincidence. And you'd think somebody who's been playing League for as long as he has and high elo would know that, but no, like he just didn't take it for what it is. So then he announced this on stream, and then so his viewers come into my chat and then like harasses me, and then I'll be in other people's chats, and they'll still come at me as well. Like I'm not even safe to speak in other chats anymore. But anyways, yeah, that was my take on League. There's just a lot of issues with high elo, you know, dodging, etc. That just make the game so unenjoyable that I've decided to, you know, move on from it. Not permanently, but
Variety Andy
Yeah.
for a little bit.
Just
But
for a little
even
bit.
after like all those like negative things you just said, you still enjoy the game though.
No, for the game, but that's the community, right? Imagine like if people
Yeah.
weren't assholes, then it's like I would
I,
never
I
have
think
this
it's-
issue.
I think it's a
Yeah.
community issue.
It's a community, yeah.
Nothing gets me going more than playing Riven. Like I love playing Riven and Yasuo so much, but like when the community aspect starts applying itself to the actual game, it just becomes like, okay, I'm getting off after 2 games, and then like I can't play this game anymore for like 12 hours a day. Like that was no problem. Like the
Yeah,
feeling of
that.
getting better, the feeling of even climbing was good despite the toxicity. But now I don't even get like a kick out of it from like, you know,
For real.
the climbing aspect. They're getting better. So that's at
Yeah.
least my take, but I agree with that. Juve, I want to hear your take real quick.
Well, you definitely
you-
shouldn't be playing for 12 hours anymore.
To be fair, true. But yeah, I mean, I like it's more of like I went from such an extreme of playing a lot to like because I just could because I love the game to like my first loss of the day. I'm like, nah. I'm just like, okay, new game. Let's like go play Subnautica or some shit or Pokemon, right?
Understandable.
I do. I want to hear what you have to say to this.
My take was like I want to say I got lucky. Like I was streaming League for 11 months, to like 10 to 20 viewers, like maxing out like 80 subs. And 3 weeks ago, I'm like, you know what, fuck this shit. So I took like the risk. But I could swear, right? You know,
Dude, I've literally cursed so much already.
Oh.
What do you mean?
all right, my bad. I'm nervous, man. My bad. All
You're
right,
good,
so
you're
I streamed League for like 11 months, like 10 to 20 viewers, peaked like 80 subs. And 3 weeks ago, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take the just chatting route. Because I feel like League is one, that's kind of like oversaturated. And two, bro, if a game ever gets to your mental health, where like if you lose a game and you're pissed the rest of the day, that's when I'm like, you know, I don't want to play this shit anymore. So luckily, I got really lucky with just chatting and my channel blew up. Well, like I'm averaging like 160, 170 right now. But from like literally a month ago streaming League to 10 viewers, I feel like that's a huge dub.
What do you
All right,
stream
real
on?
quick,
Oh.
Real quick, what up, Naughty?
What's up, Naughty?
Hello.
All right, so we're all here. Perfect. You guys keep talking while I do the nameplates. But real quick, guys, or not real quick. Or Naughty, I think you heard what we're talking about. But we're just talking about state of League and switching to variety, and Juve kind of gave his take on that, which I do agree with. Fucking, bro, the amount the amount of mental health problems this game is probably causing people.
True. For something called League points, you know, just take that in.
Wait, Juve, I have a question for you. You
Yeah.
keep on saying that you got lucky. How exactly, like, did you get lucky?
Also, what is your content, if you don't mind me asking?
My content is
Haha.
pure bullshit. Literally, you know, I
No
wake,
cap,
I start my
no cap.
stream, I don't know what I'm
Not
gonna
even
do. Yeah, it's either I make some shitty Google slides that people like, I just react to videos, and luckily, people like them. I got lucky because I was on. Someone posted a clip of me from LSF, and then
Oh shit!
I got like I'm gonna say like 11K upvotes, and I got like 3K followers, and I made a couple other clips, and they all got lucky, and they went on LSF, and I just kept getting more views and shit. And
That's actually
No.
really high.
His
Yeah.
like okay, he downplays himself. Like he does nothing,
humble.
but like
No,
he,
he's
al-
humble
he-
about it.
dude, he's this like Juve is fucking hilarious. Like he did this
Thanks, man.
the first time I got to like actually experience Juve's content like outside of just like solo queue, which is, you know, when everyone kind of met each other through here is like, oh, we're all League streamers. Juve did a Jeopardy thing with me, Tac was there, and Taco, and we were the contestants. But it was like so scuffed, but so well planned, and like the skit parts that like he actually like I could tell this was like not just improv, like you actually thought about it, were so well done that I'm like, dude, you're actually like if you do that a lot, it's good. Like I'm actually really excited to see where you go because I think you're more of a personality. Like there's also that whole thing like personality versus are you good at the game?
Yeah.
And then some people have both, you know, but like I think people that have both sometimes struggle which one to go with if they can't do both.
Wait,
You're fucking hilarious. Just like shit. You just shoot the shit. That's
Yeah.
it. That's your content. And it's great. You're good at it.
you can't
Is
tell
this-
right now. Oh my bad. You can't tell
Is
right now,
this-
but I'm blushing. Yeah, thanks, man.
is this the guy who put a Jin quote in a competition with Keep It Taco?
Yeah, this is that guy.
Bro, okay,
is that guy.
no, let me tell the story, right? So I'm
Fucking
saying
degenerate.
I'm
Yeah, by the way,
in
fuck
the-
you for that, dude.
I'm in like the back of the pack, all right? So I'm bottom tier, you know what I'm saying? I go quotes for 600. Next thing you know, it's some next Jin quote. I forget how it went, but it was just like immediately Taco buzzed and he answered it, and it was like Jin, and it was just like, what? How can you do that? How can you like imagine putting
flower, man?
It was
Some quote
ridiculous,
about
man.
a flower, I think.
I put a Poppy one there too, bro.
No,
No,
no, he didn't.
He didn't.
No, I
We
didn't.
were there.
I didn't. I tried to.
Naughty, do you have since you just got here, we'll get you in here. So we're basically talking about just kind of how it seems. I brought it up how everybody seems to, content-wise, creator seems to be moving or wanting to move away from League to some extent, but a lot of people are finding struggle with it, or just the overall community in the game. So either whether it's the game or the community, something's not clicking for a lot of people at once. I feel like if there was another MOBA out to kind of just go for a little bit further,
There
I
is
feel like
the Pokemon
I mean,
one.
okay, I'm wondering if there's gonna be like you guys are seeing this whole WoW hiatus from everybody that's going from WoW over to Final Fantasy right now. Like, it took like how many years both games have been out? Like, I don't know, probably like so many years. But there's so many people now going from WoW to fucking Final Fantasy because they're just like, yo, fuck this. We're finally done. Fuck it. Like, you pissed us off for 4 expansions, Blizzard, so we're moving. I'm wondering if that's ever gonna happen to Riot, but I'm wondering your
No
take on the whole
shot.
thing, Naughty.
I think it's interesting because I don't know if you guys like said this before I got here, but it seems like there's like just so much investment in a Valorant and like so many like I think there's like League people. I think if you're used to playing League, I think it's kind of hard to do just chatting. I don't know, like I think that's why people like kind of struggle to do the move over and why like less people do it is because I think like one, I think there's like a weird like just chatting like stigma, and then two, I think like it's just weird, I think, to like not have your content revolve around like a clear shared interest. Do you know what I mean? Like everyone in a League stream has some interest in League. I think having to come up with such varied, constantly interesting just chatting content is just like hard when you can just solo queue instead. And like finding videos to react to, like, or you can just react to your games that you wanted to play anyway. You know what I mean? Like I think it's kind of
no, that
going
makes
through in that
sense.
way, but the Valorant thing is interesting. Like you can definitely tell with Riot, like just there's so much more investment there. Like, I mean, did you guys see all those like tweets and everything where people were comparing like the Valorant like creator gifts versus like the like challenger like backpacks and shit?
That was crazy. They sent them like spikes with like replica knives, and the game's been out for a year.
Yeah, it's
My
like
bad.
no, like that's literally
I know nothing
it.
about Valorant, so I didn't even know this
No,
was a
Riot
thing.
literally doesn't give a fuck about League creators.
Dude,
They never did.
TLDR, they sent creators like streamers, like not even, you didn't even have to be a high rank. A replica spike, which is like
Yeah, I
the
saw
bomb in the
that.
game, and in the spike they had 3 knives that were like custom knives in the game, and like it moved and looked exactly like it was a life model replica of the spike. And the game's been out for a year, and they're just giving this out to creators. Meanwhile, with League, the only rewards creators get are if you're challenger, and some years they don't even have challenger rewards from what I've heard. But
What it is
Actually,
like,
they did add a merchandise store where you can buy socks with your summoner name and your rank on it.
Wait,
there we go.
Are you
Never mind,
serious?
I
wait,
apologize.
you're kidding, right?
That's sick.
No, that was a thing. They added a merchandise store that was based on your performance in League of Legends. That's why they got rid of the physical rewards for Challenger.
Bro, I
So
literally
you would
have
log
friends,
into the merchandise store.
I literally have
Oh,
friends
you have
that
to
walk
pay
around
for it.
with
They
their
don't
little
include it?
silver sweaters.
Sweaters.
That's actually hot.
Yeah, like it's a sweater that tells the whole entire world that they're silver, which is cool. I mean, if you're proud of that, that's great for you.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
think about it this
Oh
way.
man.
If you were an Iron player, you're actually like
Okay,
more rare than a Challenger player. If you're an Iron 4. So people would buy Iron 4 socks because it's like, that's so much more valuable than Challenger socks.
Honestly, that'd be cool. I'd like some iron socks.
That's a
You're-
huge
if
flex.
you're Iron in
Especially-
League, you must be a very special person to begin with. But like, no.
Imagine
like,
seeing those in
no
public.
flame,
That'd be so sick.
you know, it's just.
I think it'd be
I
cool.
think
Mega
like
Flame. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, that kind of sounded like flame.
That's not flame though. Like it must.
No, you
literally
said it as a
take-
fact.
No, it must take so much for you to be Iron in League. Like you're not even trying
I
to
think
win.
you're making
I hate
a
to agree
case
with
for
him.
yourself.
I hate
No.
to. No, I agree.
No,
with
no.
Zach, like,
This is a big difference. So if you grew up playing video games, then you're naturally going to be good at technology when you grow up. But for some of these people, they just started playing video games. It's their first season. They've never played anything like a MOBA before. And you want to play like a gold level?
No, okay, but like there's the whole leveling experience. I feel like that is good enough to net bronze, right?
The people I'm coaching don't even know how to use their mouse properly, and you're telling me that they should just immediately know how computers work? Bro, imagine the people in the workforce who physically don't know how to use their email address.
I think a lot of people that are in iron like have problems like they have ping spikes or like they're not on Ethernet. Like I generally think they just have like basic problems that they just never even knew were holding them back.
Rio and Tac are ableist to people that can't click buttons in a certain way fast enough. That's my take.
Yeah, they're toxic.
Yep.
Okay.
These guys are playing at 20 FPS and they're trying their best.
I'm not toxic.
Yeah, walking around with the iron socks, it's like the like dad sneakers of League socks. I think that's cool, honestly.
You'll just spend the rest of your life looking for an opportunity to take your shoes off because you're like, damn it, the moment I take these shoes off, they're gonna know how good I am at League.
Those have to be crew socks. They have to be crew socks so that they're like pulled up to highlight my calves and highlight my iron game.
Iron socks and Crocs.
It's like a high school party with like, you know, carpet and everyone's got to take their shoes off, you know? Like that's where it's your moment to shine.
100% plan sleepovers. As soon as your socks get dropped off, plan sleepovers.
Would you have experience in that?
In a sleepover?
I wasn't allowed to go as a kid. Thanks for pointing it out that I didn't really have friends like that,
Rio.
Rio.
You're such a bully.
Okay, you know
what?
I also wasn't allowed.
Yeah.
Me neither.
I'm still not.
I thought I was gonna have a good day today.
All right, fuck me, guys.
You know what? Drew said that, and I don't think he's capping.
I'm not, bro. I'm actually not. Unfortunately,
and everyone's laughing at him.
Yeah. I do have a question for you guys.
Yes.
If you know you're gonna have company over or you're gonna do something fancy, do you intentionally wear like your nicest socks, or does it not matter? It's just any socks that you have.
I mean, I wear nice socks. Not the nicest ones, but like, you know, I'm not wearing socks with like holes in them or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be Nike. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna be the no-name ones, but yeah.
I literally do not match my socks. Because I don't
if you have to wear a belt, then you match your socks with your belt, is what I'm told.
What?
What the fuck?
I swear to God, that's a thing.
No, it's a thing, but like, you wear socks when people come over?
Depending on what the function is.
So like, tell me what you wear
socks and what's the function when you don't wear socks.
Like if we're hosting a pregame at our house in college, which we did very frequently, and we had tiled floor, so like people spill drinks, we're putting our shoes on, right? It wasn't carpet. Yeah. So like that's you know where I got actually people could see, and I'm in fucking Miami, so it's hot. So sometimes, you know, you don't necessarily wear long pants, although I wear long pants all the time. But
do you guys like feet?
What'd you say?
Bro.
Do you like feet?
What do you
No, I'm not an advocate for feet, but you know, I
feel like I don't.
Are we going down this route like this early? How long's it been? 30 minutes?
Yeah,
I guess we could do it.
I'm just curious the opinion of feet.
No.
Do you wear socks with your Crocs?
I would, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I had Crocs, I'd wear
Crocs. Yeah. Dude,
I never had them, but I want them.
I wanted to get Crocs the other day. I went to the outlets, and since like the outlets are still like, there's a limit on how many people can be in the store. There's lines outside of all the stores. Dude, the Crocs store had the longest line, and I couldn't wait on it, but I was tight. I wanted to get Crocs to wear Crocs and socks.
Crocs and socks.
I'm nervous about Crocs. I'm not gonna lie.
What color Crocs?
Why? Like some basic Crocs. Like I'm not anyone who's trying to get like the I don't even know what they're called, like the badges or the pins. I just wanted just like dude, I tried on a pair of Crocs like a few months ago. They're actually mad comfortable. I've always given them like hate because I feel like it's popular to hate Crocs, but they're so comfortable.
I was that kid in high school. Not gonna lie. I used to hate on Crocs because they look just so ugly. But then, you know, as I grew up, I started to realize it's function over form. So
exactly.
Function over form. Okay.
You feel the same way about PT Cruisers?
What are PT Cruisers?
Oh my god! All right.
You mean like the literal cars?
No, I don't know what's a PT Cruiser. Is it a car?
It's a car. Yeah.
It is a car.
It's a convertible.
It's considered like one of the ugliest cars ever.
Oh, this car, yeah, this car's so ugly. This fucking car, man.
I don't know if it's that it's like ugly or is it like a statement it makes is that like we're a very average person. No offense to PT Cruiser owners.
I feel like if you say something's not that bad, you're also implying that it's not good.
No,
right?
but like I would drive.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's fair.
I would drive this.
I feel like I've seen uglier.
I would drive this.
I mean, if you gave it to me for free, yeah, I would drive it, but I'm not gonna willingly spend my own money and be like, yo, I really want a PT Cruiser. But if I got it for free, fuck it.
How did we get onto PT Cruisers?
We're talking about undesirable things based on Crocs.
And a PT Cruiser. Okay, yeah, that's definitely.
Okay, wait. All right,
Zianni, you driving one?
Picture this.
Iron player with Crocs driving a PT Cruiser
That's hot.
with a dad bod. That's
Cargo
hot.
pants. Cargo pants too.
Cargo pants. Oh,
Oh, not the cargo.
Oh.
The
Oh,
cargo
God.
ruins it, bro.
I would befriend
A
him.
step further.
I would
a step
befriend him
further.
because he just has no shame in life. So there's definitely something you could learn from him. You know, he's definitely
100%.
first of all he's definitely a millionaire because like it's
True.
just like for him to just have that aesthetic that yells I don't give a fuck, and people who don't give a fuck get
I
shit
love
done,
that.
right? So
exactly.
yeah, like I respect that. I would respect that. No cap.
People who don't give a fuck, I'll give them a fuck, if you know what I'm saying.
No,
That's
what do you-
crazy
what do you-
because
what-
I
hold on,
just
what-
don't care about anything. Like, absolutely.
Okay, Radpuppy, do you want to elaborate on that?
What?
You want
Excuse
to
me?
elaborate?
No, I think everyone here knows what I mean.
I think having the self-respect and confidence to be that individualistic, sure. Go ahead, do it.
Oh my god.
Oh, so you want to talk individuality now, huh?
Yeah, I want to talk about individuality. How does it feel to play the same game for 2 weeks straight?
Ooh.
Riofacer, how do you do it?
Okay, why are you coming at me? Okay, what do you mean by this? I need like
Also, where'd you get the idea for that, by the way? And where'd you get the idea for this, also?
Okay, that idea was my own. Go fuck yourself. That was my first and only original idea. Okay, nothing's original anymore. If anybody just look at TikTok. Is anything original? No,
No,
nothing's
originality doesn't even exist, bro.
It doesn't. I have to and this statistic's made up, but I think like 80% of content is like not original, right? That's completely made up.
100%. 100%.
100%. I mean, I don't know. Like, what do you want me
Wait,
to talk
that was
about?
a Abraham Lincoln quote, right?
Yes.
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 Wayne
Maybe?
Gretzky?
Dude, you.
Michael Jordan.
Abraham
I
Lincoln
barely passed
quoted
college,
Wayne
man.
Gretzky.
Wait, Zianni, what was the original question?
The original question was, how can somebody have so little compassion for themselves that they would stream the same game for 2 weeks straight with no breaks?
Wait, you're saying that as
And
if
not
we
give up.
all don't come
That
from
question
League
had
of
no
Legends?
originality.
Like,
now this,
I
this
think
guy,
I hate to say it, as much as that shit was traumatizing, I still had more fun doing that in a weird way than when I some days when I play League.
Actually, I have a question
Yeah.
for you, Rio.
What's up?
So, during your lowest points of that stream, and for context, just in case anyone doesn't know, Riofacer literally streamed Jump King, a game where the whole purpose is to break your mental for 2 weeks straight. Because he said he wouldn't stop streaming until he made it to the top. Here's the kicker: he never made it.
Okay, you're missing
I'm-
context.
I know, but I'm making it sound cooler.
It sounds.
I'm making it
Definitely not
sound
cool.
drama. I'm making it sound
Wait.
drama.
Didn't Rio go blonde for that though? Because he didn't make it.
Oh, is that
No, I
why?
was blonde.
that
I was
was-
blonde while it was going on. That was something.
yeah, that
else.
was unrelated.
Wait, that was a willing choice. Damn.
Oh.
Hey, I think. Hey, bro.
Oh.
Look,
I'm joking,
I'm
joking.
just saying, I look better than you.
You're not
But
wrong.
anyway,
You're not wrong.
so I'm
going,
curious.
I'm going bald right now, bro. Fuck it.
I'm curious, Rio. During your lowest points, when you wanted to quit, first of all, how many times did you want to quit so bad? And secondly, how did you reason yourself out of that while live?
I'm gonna go on a limb here. I'm gonna answer for him. He wanted to quit the whole time.
Not the whole time. Also, Khalid, I see you raising your hand. What's up?
Can I use the bathroom?
You don't have to just fucking go.
Should we talk
Just
about that?
guys, okay, I want to point this out. This is so casual that if all of a sudden you're just like, you know what, I don't feel like being here anymore and I want to leave, you can dip. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. I don't want you to feel that you have to be here. This shit is so casual that if you want to fucking gamble on your second monitor, grind out RuneScape or do anything, go for it.
Can we
Eventually,
talk
I
about
want
that?
these conversations to be. I want these conversations to be so well that
Yo,
I can do
Tac,
my own.
let's play some RuneScape, my guy.
I'm down. Anyways,
Okay.
yeah.
So
We actually used to sit down in a classroom and ask permission to use the bathroom.
Yeah, that everyone did.
Is that so upsetting when you really think about it?
Wait, hold up. I want Rio to answer the questions.
Okay. We'll come back. We'll come back to this then. All right. So, Tack, remember that. We'll come back to that.
All right. Bet.
All right. So, yes, there were multiple times, and you'll see it on the YouTube video that's coming eventually. That because I gotta this YouTube video is gonna be something. There were multiple times I literally broke down into tears because I would be on a section for hours, miss the same jump for hours, literally see no improvement, and like that shit gets to you. And like this is like after days of streaming. Like I could handle it the first few days, but after like day 5, I really started to realize like, yo, this is gonna take me like. I actually many times I had to fight off the thought like I might never beat this game. It's like similar to the concept of like somebody in silver who plays 1,000 games and they're still silver. No offense to you out there if you do that, but like that's a possibility, right? Like I had to accept that there's a possibility that my skill level might not be enough for this stream and that I have to give up. And every time I got that low, shortly after, I would take a short break, watch a motivational video on YouTube, like one of those like fucking like intense music with the fucking they're pep talking you with the guy with the deep masculine voice, you know? And I'm just like, okay, I can do this. And then I like shortly after, I swear to God, and this is probably the only thing that kept me going. Every time I was at my lowest, within half an hour, I would set a new record or get to a new high or just something good would happen. Multiple times this happened. And every time I did that, it just proved to me that, like, just keep going. Like, don't give up. And I've always really resonated with, like, those anime... this is going to be so fucking cliche, whatever. Like, those anime characters and stories that are like, don't give up. Like, just keep fucking going. And it's like, yeah, like, that's actually really... It's such a simple concept, and I know it's very common in shows, but, like, how many people do you actually see emulating that in real life?
But what if you weren't the protagonist in your own story?
What if you're the villain?
I mean, it's one or the other, right? So...
Not even a villain. He's the side character.
I'm the side character, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. You know, you rock with it. But to me, that was kind of what kept me going, was just, I wanted to be... Like, I swear to God, Tyler one's probably, like, my biggest inspiration when it comes to that, of, like, not giving up. Because the dude, I mean, he's streaming, like, every, you know... As whatever you think of Tyler one, my favorite thing about him is, like, when he says something, like, he's gonna fucking do it. And, like, he proves that. And I think that's really respectable. And, like, I want to be a person that can do that. So that was kind of what I set out to do, and it was really fucking hard. But obviously, I got to 99%, and then I had a wrist injury. But I was generally like feeling good about it, because I think that's the first time in my life I probably pushed myself to the point where like my body just couldn't keep up, you know. And I was like, you know what, like that was cool. Like I've never done that, and I was really happy I did it. Surprisingly,
not even your threesome in Miami.
Not even the threesome in Miami. Thanks.
Are we gonna hear about that?
I mean, we could talk about that story like later.
Wait, can I just say, real? I really respect you for that, and like you're grinding and and the Jump King, because like, bro, I'm a quitter. I'm not gonna lie about that. I was supposed to do a 24-hour stream. I ended at 14 hours, so I had to throw up. Like, I just can't get to that point where it's like, you know, I have that mental fortitude that you have. I wish I could learn from you from that.
I appreciate that, but I think everyone gives me too much credit, because I don't. And to my homies in chat, I don't think I could have done it without my chat, because I've made sure. I'm gonna be honest. I make sure like my community is kind of like more wholesome and supportive, as well as we meme and we're degenerates, but they can like read a room for the most part, and they were whenever I wanted to give up. Truly, like they picked me up, which also told me like which taught me like you don't have to do everything by yourself. Like to a certain extent, you need to rely on yourself. But when you have people there that are willing to help you, like because they love you, like it's okay to accept their help. You know, like there's nothing wrong with that. And like I like to think my chat in a way, kind of quote unquote, like loved me. So they picked me up every time that I was down. And like we were down bad. Like we were down bad. Trust me, man. I don't have a mental fortitude of a god. I just didn't listen to that voice. That was it. And like the same things that you guys hear, I just told them no, fuck off, and then tried to keep going. Also,
okay.
Last point, because this is actually really important. Every night before I went to bed, I watched a couple on my laptop while I left Gerald here. If you guys remember the monkey, he's over there. I watched Haikyuu, the volleyball anime, every night before I went to bed, and that shit is so fucking inspirational.
It's true.
So when I woke up in the morning, I'm like, yeah, we're doing it today. We're not giving up. If that motherfucker can jump, then I can jump.
Honestly, Haikyuu heavily inspired me too.
So that's kind of where I'm at with that.
Actually, like Haikyuu, I would recommend to my chat whenever they're like, I don't know how to get better, blah blah blah. I would literally just be like, just watch Haikyuu. Honestly.
Yeah. It's so relatable too. Like it really is. They make it very like real.
They're
If you've ever played sports too, like you can relate if you've ever played sports. Like I've never watched a sports anime, and I was like, yo, this shit kind of fire.
Super good.
But yeah. All right, that was that. So Tac, what were you talking about with the teacher shit?
Oh yeah, like, just ask permission to use the restroom, but it's so important to stay hydrated. But if it's the case that it's so important to stay hydrated, why can't I use the washroom whenever I want? Granted, a lot of times that I did want to use the washroom was just to get the fuck out of class, but that's besides the point. I just feel like it's kind of weird how like we preach hydration is so important, but then when it comes time for me to take a piss, all of a sudden it's not that important, So
also, everybody hydrate. Hydrate check.
Dude, it's crazy how much it changes from like high school to college. Like I remember going to like college my freshman year, and when people ask to use the bathroom, like you'd get dirty looks. It's like, did
like,
you
bro,
really
just
just fucking ask to use the bathroom? Like the fact that it changes just like that is just so weird. I think there's a lot of things, asking for permission being included that just changed drastically from going to high school to college. Like in high school, I remember my teacher saying all the time, like, oh, I'm readying you for college. But like half the shit I did in high school would make me look like a fucking loser in college. So like, were they really preparing me? I mean, that's an example. It's like if you fucking ask for permission,
Remember the Cornell notes? That one was one that they're like, oh, like your teachers are gonna want you, your professors are gonna want you to take notes like this in college. But like really what they should have been doing is teaching you to like they should have been teaching you to find a way to take notes that works for you and your learning style.
Dude, it's so weird.
I hated that. Like, I had this 4th grade teacher. The only thing I remember about her is like, when you get to college, this isn't how way things are gonna be. Bro, I got to college, things were better than I thought they were gonna be. Like, so much better. Holy shit.
You guys aren't gonna have calculators in your pockets. I don't know why you're trying to use calculators.
Oh my god.
Classic.
You know what's crazy?
I never used it. They were like, immediately get to college. You can't use your calculator, by the way. Why the fuck did I buy this then?
Yeah, dude, the craziest thing I think about college in general in terms of like learning was in high school, if you started like slacking off and you weren't handing in assignments, like the teacher would talk to you about it. In college, they don't give a shit. It's like, if you don't do your work, they're not going to say anything. And then you just suck up the bad grade. It's crazy like how much teachers don't give a shit about their students once they get to college. Like, you do the work, good. You don't do the work, whatever. I don't give a shit.
I mean, I think the main difference there is that you're paying for an education, right? So like if you're not taking it seriously, it's all on you at the end of the day.
True. No, and I think it's a wake-up call.
Yeah,
that's irrelevant anyways. Like 90% of colleges you go to make you self-teach yourself anyways. They're just there to guide you. So it's like a complete waste of money at that point besides the curriculum.
I'm also an advocate for thinking that college is a finesse. But that's
it's a scam.
Look, if you're gonna get if your parents are gonna, if you're honestly, I have the same view as like Gary V. Like if your parents are just like, yo, we'll pay for it, it's like fucking take your free 4-year vacation, to be honest. But at the end of the day, like if you don't have that, like you should seriously think, is this something I need to do? Like, do I have an occupation that requires me to go to college, or like is the boost I'll get from going to said school, because names and connections depending on your industry are everything. For one example, finance is like all who you know, or like the school that you went to get into like maybe the bank or firm that you want to get to. But that's kind of like my whole fucking opinion on it.
That's streaming too.
True, no, 100%.
True.
On the topic of college being like a finesse and a scam, dude, the one major beef I have with college is the fact that if like I'm a business major, for example, why the fuck do I have to take like a Spanish class or like a science class? Like, I feel like that's what high school, middle school is all about. It's like you take all these different classes to just be aware of what your options are. Once you get to college, I feel like I should only be taking classes that are actually going to like be applicable to what I want to end up doing down the road. Like the fact that I still have to take these baseline classes is just so like demoralizing, like in a certain sense. I don't know. I could rant about this all day, but
yeah, because you're in college.
yeah, I'm in college right now. I fucking hate it, but
that's a story for another time. Definitely serve a purpose. Like some people go to college after getting a GED some other way, and they might not have like the basics. And most of the people in my classes did not know how math worked, so having a GED or general class about math was necessary. But yeah, if you're doing Spanish, I think especially for business, it's probably because most of your workforce is going to be Hispanic. I work in restaurant industry. And if you can speak Spanish, you basically can hire anybody you want because that's the majority of our workforce.
True.
I'm with you on the point of taking those electives, but some of them were actually like so good for me, and I actually enjoyed them. I was taking stuff that I always wanted to take, but I just couldn't fit with my actual like courses. So I'm in computer science, but I was taking like ASL courses because I never took them in high school. There wasn't any in high school. Take that back. ASL and like a Greek mythology course, and those are like two of my favorite courses because the rest of them were just an absolute headache.
Who's your favorite god?
Hercules, because he probably carried league players. Guys laugh.
Hercules?
My bad. My bad.
What exactly?
Dude, you're so funny. Oh my god. Tactician said Juvx, by the way.
My bad.
Wait, what exactly is ACL or ASL? I'm sorry.
It's like American Sign Language. So people that are deaf or mute, you're able to like you just learn words and talk to them.
Do you know anything still? Like, have you remembered anything?
I'm gonna plead the fifth right here because I want to embarrass myself.
Fine.
I don't want to embarrass myself.
Rep
No,
your
you're
set,
good.
Man. Rep your set. Just do it, bro.
Let's see it.
That's my set.
I know I did. Fuck you.
Also, wait, real quick.
I'm scared.
Was that a Four Loco?
No, it's some Arnold Palmer spike.
Those
It's,
are
Okay,
illegal in
okay.
Canada now.
Dude,
Are you serious? Oh
the
yeah.
original
Locos
or the new-
weren't legal?
Yeah.
No,
They're
they're
illegal now.
not
They
like
were
the old
legal.
ones.
The old
banned
ones
anyway.
were fucked up. The old
Bro,
ones are
you
banned
can- the old
everywhere.
ones- yeah, you should not drink an old Four
illegal.
Loco.
Dude, I think there was actually a warning on the old one saying if
No,
you
they
drink
were-
more than
yeah.
2, you will fucking die. Like, it literally said straight up.
A full send, bro.
TV.
Oh, yeah, fuck it. Honestly, YOLO.
Dude, my first Four Loco was one of the older ones. I had it when I had it when I was 16. And I threw a Halloween party. And my parents, because I was like, this is when I sort of got into DJing, and my parents like just let me do it. Some kid got way too fucked up drinking, so we had to shut down the party, and we kind of like sent him home and made sure everyone was good. But while I was helping my mom like kind of like figure everything out, while she was kind of pissed at this guy, and we knew the kid, so my mom was like upset. She's like, "You were such a good kid," blah blah whatever. And then I'm just walking around like everything's fucking spinning, and I feel like I'm gonna just throw up and die. And I'm just like, "You gotta hold it together here, man." And like my first and only experience with a fucking old Four Loco is literally dying almost. Like I felt like my heart was gonna pump out of my chest.
Dude, mine was at my friend's cottage. I think it was the best experience of my life. I'm not gonna lie. Those 3 days
Really?
those 3 days were literally the best 3 days so far.
Did you have like one a day?
Multiple a day, multiple.
Dude, I don't
Multiple.
know.
Oh, not Four
It's
Locos. Wait, not Four
never too
Locos.
much.
Not Four Locos.
Alright,
My bad.
You
But
want to know too
There's,
much? Oh, wait, someone have another story?
No. I was gonna ask
No.
Juve, does Hoyo know about this?
maybe Rio deletes VOD. It's okay.
Yeah, I'll delete. Don't worry. It'll
No,
just
I'm
be on
just-
YouTube. It'll just
I'm
be
just
on YouTube.
joking.
Don't worry.
Do you guys
Alright,
know what boofing is?
Boofing?
Oh my god,
Boof?
not this.
Yeah.
How do you do this every single
Isn't that
time we
weed and
talk?
Nicotine, like mixed.
What? Do
Not
what?
this.
Well, it's when you let things enter your bloodstream via your butthole.
That's
Yep.
not a boof. Wait, what?
Yeah, it isn't for you.
I thought a boof was like I thought it was a smoking thing when you mix THC and nicotine.
That's
Oh, I wonder if there's just like two.
no.
meanings.
There's another word for
Yeah,
that.
but like in your butt.
That's a spliff, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
A
that's
spliff
yeah,
is
that's a
another
spliff.
thing. Nah, wait,
Oh,
wait,
wait.
wait, wait,
Yeah,
wait.
yeah, nicotine
that's a
and weed
spliff,
is a
bro.
spliff. Yes, it is.
That's a spliff.
It's me. I'm
I'm
gonna
a
know.
dumbass. I apologize.
No, and he's like, actually,
Okay.
sir, that's a spliff.
I met a
fellow
dude-
kids.
I met a dude over the weekend, and he said he boofed Molly,
Oh,
and
Yeah.
it's
Oh.
just like he could have
No
died.
way.
Well, he was
No
alive.
way. Did he actually?
I believe it. If you met the guy, you'd believe it.
How do you?
I
He's
don't get how
watching
that
right now.
works.
He's like, "How dare you share my deepest secret?"
No, he doesn't know. No,
How do you do
don't-
that?
you just
I
stick
don't
it
know.
up there. What do you mean?
I mean, like,
Are you so curious,
How do
Rio?
you get? How do you get to that decision?
okay. Logistically, liquid you can pour, right?
Mhm.
This doesn't. Okay, I mean,
Yeah,
we're
maybe I'm
really getting
overthinking
into
it.
this.
He's really trying to picture it. Like,
Yeah, we're
I
gonna get
already
to the
put the
nitty gritty
idea out of my
details right
mind.
now.
Yeah.
Haven't you
I
ever
mean,
seen like
I just didn't realize a font. Okay, I mean, yeah, you know what? I don't want to know. It's okay.
Funnel with a hose. That's an enema.
yeah,
Alright,
as
anyway.
suppositories. Like, don't you know how tampons work? Like, same idea. You just
Naughty, would you like to explain how tampons work?
yes, Rio. So when a mommy and daddy decide they love each other.
That's a
No, but actually, okay.
There's no love in the relationship.
Yes, you don't. They decide that they like each other and are comfortable, and they shared consent, but they don't have to love each other. They just have to be honest with each other about what they both want. There,
Okay, do you guys think love is real?
updated.
Yes.
What?
But
How do we go
Rio,
from
hello?
goofing Molly to
Because
was love real?
there was a clear bridge there because we're talking
there's a
about
transition.
parents'
There's a
love.
transition.
There's
I
a
agree.
transition. Don't act like this came out of nowhere. There was a transition there.
I don't know if
You
there's a
guys believe in love?
transition. I think Tack was just really trying to move on from that topic.
No, but I mean, okay, but to answer the question, I guess
It took an hour to get this degenerate. I'm
love
impressed.
is love is real, but it's like I feel like it's a lot less common nowadays, just because social media has ruined a lot of people's perspective on like what a relationship should be, man. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
think
it's like, if
hookup
I'm not
culture.
challenging, she don't want me.
Not even.
Tell them.
And it's just
Here's
like,
my theory.
That shouldn't be
Yo,
what it is, you know?
Tack, I'm gonna be honest. You can be diamond and you'll find someone. Trust me.
Since the 2000s,
Oh, he
the
wants to
introduction
tell the
of
story,
2D animated women has devalued the appeal of 3D women.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Zianni, you kind of I believe I think he's got a point. I think he's got a point.
Wait, what's his point?
Why would you pursue a relationship with a real woman when there are
I mean, you
perfect
have
2D
waifu.
ones? Yeah.
That's true.
Why
I'm
not?
gonna get
both?
ice cream right now.
These nuts.
I feel like I can't share my real opinion on that.
Who's your waifu, Tack?
I don't have a waifu.
Tack, you
Wait,
play
why-
Final
why-
Fantasy
wait,
Online. You have a
wait,
like-
wait,
Bro, I'm very
wait,
in
what-
tune with like I'm very in tune with like weeb culture, I guess. Like I watch anime, I play like MMOs and like
You play Final Fantasy, the
Yeah.
most weeb game on the
I know,
internet
but
right
like
now.
I'm completely separated from that side of the internet. I feel like, you know, like I
I
don't
can
have a
see
waifu.
that, but
Yeah.
you're somewhat in touch with it, right?
Not really, no. Like I'm really disconnected, man.
Okay,
Like
okay.
ooh, oh,
the-
that's not me, man. That's not me.
Okay,
Definitely
okay,
you.
but like, who's the what's her name in Final Fantasy? The mage chick. You know who I'm talking about.
The mate, Y'shtola.
Y'shtola, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, Y'shtola.
No, man. No.
Bro!
There's
I have
no-
no idea what the fuck we're
Lying
talking
to-
about.
Okay, hold
There's
on. I'm
no
gonna bring up
connection.
Y'shtola. I'm gonna bring up Y'shtola. You're lying to yourself, dude. You're
She's
absolutely
a cat girl,
lying to
guys.
yourself.
She's a cat girl. She's
She's
3D.
so hot. Y'shtola.
Ooh.
Y'shtola. There we go. Here, I'll bring it up.
Wait,
Guys, this is Y'shtola. I love her. She's so badass. Like, she's cute, funny, everything you want, independent. She's amazing. This is her.
The fact
Your
that
Honor,
it's kind of
She's a cat.
You guys need
Yeah.
help. You guys need help.
Yeah, what
Yes,
the fuck?
man.
Where did this
No,
this
you know.
conversation go to? Like,
I asked if you guys thought love was real.
Okay.
You know,
does
there's
anyone
always
else
one
agree with
person.
my take, or
There is
no?
there is always one person who will be like, well,
That's-
actually, love is just serotonin and dopamine in your brain, and it's like, doesn't that quantify love then? If it's like a chemical reaction?
yes.
Dude, that was my
Everything's
ex.
a chemical
My
reaction.
ex used to just tell me love isn't real, and then she'd be like, "I love you though," and I'm like, "Bitch, what?" No, sorry. Like that fucked with my head so much.
going back to Tax take, and correct me if I'm wrong. Your take was that you think love still exists, but it's less common, right?
Due to social media.
Yeah, it's just a lot
yeah,
less common, and it's all due to social media.
I don't know if it's less common or if it's more so the fact that like hookup culture has become so much more, I guess, popular and mainstream that it sort of overshadows the
But that's
whole like
that's
love
due
thing.
to social media, though.
Yeah, no,
I'm
I guess you're right. Like I'm
Yeah.
thinking out loud right now. Yeah, no, you got a very valid point.
You know,
Well, the shit that's
Hot take it a little bit.
Have you-
I don't think it's that it's less common. I think it's just like people don't have to settle as much as they used to and like pretend they were in love.
True.
Yeah,
true.
That's actually a good take.
Why
Good
why don't
take.
people have to settle as much though? If anything, settling and like compromising is a good thing. But people
No,
do
it is
all the-
not.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, that's why
Let
the
me-
divorce rate went up,
literally
right?
how,
It's because
people get by
that's-
is by settling
I
and
like this.
compromising, and it's like
That's due to location. If you were in a situation where you're in the 1800s and you only have the choice between one guy who runs a fucking Apple shop and a guy who runs like a 3-course meal, then you're gonna take the guy at the mill. But nowadays, everyone is connected. Globalization, everybody can meet each other. You can meet people across the world. You can talk over the phone. There's so many ways to network now that you're not
This
forced
podcast.
to talk to people that you don't want to talk to. Now, obviously, that means we have higher standards, but I don't think it means that it's more difficult. It just means that you want more because we all have an ideal or perfect idea of love.
What's your idea of love, Zianni?
Mommy, mommy.
Yeah, all right. That's a good one.
Can I just say, all the guys in here sound like radio hosts. I sound like a 13-year-old Fortnite player, and it's actually getting me. My ego's getting
bro,
in.
you're
Dude,
good,
at least
good.
17.
Yo, you're hot as fuck, man.
Your money,
Thanks,
your
man.
money.
Hey, thanks,
Guys,
guys.
can we just get
Yeah, right.
claps for Juve being the person that he is because we love him and he should never change or try to be anybody he's not.
Hey,
Love you,
Chat,
thanks,
this is
guys.
your moment to fucking clap. Go.
Hold up, clap.
Okay,
Papa,
sorry.
papa.
Juve, we
There
love
we
you, bro.
go.
Thanks, man.
What is okay, Juve?
Do
what's
you
love to
love him, or do you just have an idea of loving him?
I have an idea of loving him because love isn't real according to my ex.
Bro, in my opinion, love is real, but it's hard to find. I swear, if you get your first heartbreak before you're 18, you're invincible. Because you're gonna have like low.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
That's very true.
Oh
That
no,
is very
someone
true.
hurt him.
Yeah.
Very true.
Like when I was
What was your first heartbreak?
18, literally.
What was it? Tell the story.
Okay,
Recount
well,
the trauma, please.
I'll do a fast little thing. I was probably dating this girl for like a year, and then I asked her to prom, which was like in high school, like 3 years ago, and we were talking like day to day, like for weeks and weeks straight, and then after I proposed to her, we just don't talk for a week. And I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. So I just messaged her. I'm like, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't go to prom together. And then she was like, you should have the balls to say it in my face, you pussy. And quote, shut up.
Damn.
And it gets worse. It gets worse. It gets worse. And then
It's better.
no, it gets 10 times worse. And 3 weeks later, one of my best friends from my high school asked her to prom.
Oh,
One of my
that's
boys.
fucked up. That's fucked
Snake.
That's one of my boys.
That's
Yeah.
fucked up, man.
Snake.
Yeah.
Men
Oh
are
my
snakes to
God.
each other, I swear.
Okay, I think
So-
girls are worse than guys personally, but
True.
yeah, like
Actually.
we're both bad genders. Let's go with that. Yeah.
The
Dude,
extremes are really bad on
I'm
both
sorry
ends.
to hear that, Juve. Though, for real, that sucks, bro.
It's okay. Shit happens, right?
Yeah.
I take
How
it.
long ago was that? Like 2 years ago?
Race to 2D.
It's 3 years ago. But I've,
Oh, what? Oh, it was close.
yeah. It's like I hit diamond 1 on
Okay.
League since.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
he's a youngling. He's like baby
Okay,
Khalid.
I thought this was like 9
Baby
10
Khalid,
years
what the
ago.
fuck?
Khalid, you're like what, 22?
Khalid is a little big,
I am
bro.
a baby.
That's
I'm
true.
a baby. I'll be
Like
real.
I'm
a
20.
baby.
Guys, I'm 26. Fucking Radpuppy here's 27, right?
27. Yes,
Naughty, what are
sir.
you?
In
24?
Rio.
23.
Rio, keep going down. No, but my birthday's
22.
next month and I'm turning 26 and I'm gonna vomit.
Ah! Okay, so she's old like us. Zianni is
You
what,
guys aren't
20?
old. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I actually think I'm in my like prime hot years.
I feel like once you start getting into like the 30s, then you could start making the argument that like
Oh,
you're starting to
no.
get old.
I'm
You guys
like-
are thinking-
Not wrong.
I think 26 for the internet and Twitch can be old depending on where you get like lie into in terms of like community wise. And I think for me, I tend to always be the older one of like friend groups just because of how it happened. Like Radpuppy being one of the first fucking people that I'm like, wow, you're around my age. This is awesome. Like I can relate finally to someone around my age. Like as much as I love Khalid, he's still 22. So there's something.
But wait, even though I'm 22, I feel like I could relate to older people. Like I feel
You
like
can.
I
Yeah,
have
you
a
can.
more
No, you
For, like,
can't. though.
adaptable
True.
mindset.
90% of it you can. There's like one thing that I probably go to like Alex over
What?
you for.
What is the thing? What is the thing?
Okay,
Oh,
we're
yeah,
not
what
gonna
is
talk
the
about
thing?
no,
What is
no,
the thing?
Now
Now
let me
we're
finish
out.
my point. Okay, what was my point? You got me so worked up. I forgot. Okay, you know what? Next, fuck it. You know,
How does it feel to have a quarter of your life already be up?
Dude, we're way
surprised you
past
could-
the quarter. I'm pretty sure dudes die like
The
mad
sooner
young,
I die,
you know?
the better.
Surprised Rio. can walk
Amen,
that fast.
sister.
No, but like honestly, I've been really enjoying my like late 20s. I actually feel the hottest. that I've been.
Yeah, honestly, like late 20s, early 30s are supposed to be the best because it's like you're peak hot and you also like start to have money at some point, allegedly. We'll see if that
Yes.
holds true for our generation.
Hopefully.
Like,
Allegedly.
yeah, allegedly in a few years we'll have
Some
money.
people have a
so-
harder time getting there. That's okay.
Yeah. That's
Let's
what
spend
they
it all on
say.
the internet.
Yo,
simping
I'm
for
just
women.
saying, invest early in Juvx stock. Next big, just
Yes.
chatting Andy out here, right? He's gonna be a
Invest in
millionaire
Juve
within
coin.
2 years.
Yeah.
You guys are hyping me up, huh? And just wait till I'm back to 20 viewers next week, and I'm gonna be begging for hosts.
Yo, I got you. Don't worry, dude.
Thanks, man.
I got you with my 30.
Okay, I need it.
Yeah, I
Bro.
got you in my 20. Don't worry.
I need it.
Yo, Ria, make sure you ask for a commission of his earnings.
Oh yeah, at least 30% of all of your earnings on every host. Okay.
Okay.
Do you
fair
guys
enough.
want to talk about that?
I made a spreadsheet.
What do you mean you made a spreadsheet?
Okay, so
I did.
So, do you guys want to talk about that? Okay, so we could go two ways here. We could talk about the drama itself, which has already passed, or we could talk about the literal idea and concept of hiring people to help exposure in different ways. Doesn't necessarily have to just be around like hosting, but like I'm definitely open to the conversation of like, you know, like some people think the paying for the host was so scummy. I might have a slightly different, like the idea of it, I think I have a slightly different approach to it, but the way it was done, maybe not the best. You know, that specific situation is different. Do you want to talk about the situation or maybe like the concept of it as a whole? I'm curious. Or we don't have to talk about it all.
I think if we're going to talk about it, I think we should talk about the concept because
Yeah.
like I've been offered like people to run my YouTube channel as well for like percentage cuts from other streamers, like, but I never aired them out or like talked about it. Like I would just respectfully decline if it's a shit offer because I know my worth and just move on, right? But like the whole thing with Forgotten Project was that he decided to like make a whole twit longer about it, like exposing the shit offer, you know. And it's not like they came at him aggressively or like after he said no, that like, you know, they're like, oh well,
They
like,
weren't
you
pushing
need it
him after
anyway.
he
Like
said
yeah,
no.
exactly. They weren't pushing at him. So, you know, obviously, like his take was that he was in a bad place, you know, mentally and all that, you know, what played into it. But like they don't, how they're supposed to know that, right? Like we all have bad days, you know. So it's just
He was literally he was tweeting about how he couldn't afford rent and he was really down bad, and that's when they messaged him that offer.
Yeah, he literally tweeted something like pretty suicidal.
So I mean, yeah, no, and then like yo, we all go through it. Like, I feel bad for him. Hey, like, I hope he's holding up. But at the end of the day, it's just like you gotta know like what to share. And at least in my opinion, like the way I've always viewed social media is that it's not like a platform for people to like feel bad for you, or like you don't need to share everything. Like the DMs are DMs for a reason, you know. So like unless people are like literally coming at you like for no reason in your DMs, then maybe, you know, you could feel the need to tweet something about it. But yeah, like I don't know.
I'll be honest.
That was really lame. That's how I felt about it. Yeah.
These days, I don't really care. Like, we live in an environment that obviously this shouldn't have to be where everything's public. But I'm also sick and tired of people not being held accountable for their actions and then being allowed to have a platform.
Right.
So people like Shin, they don't cancel because none of you guys actually care about punishing them. They're allowed to exist. So if it doesn't matter whether it's DMs, public, private, anything, if it's going to help you put somebody who is a bad person or doing bad actions and showcase what they're doing, I think that's fine. Now, obviously, if you're friends with somebody, I want to expose somebody who's my friend. But to him, like, taking advantage of somebody who's at their lowest point in their life and then offering them a bad business deal, and then, like, obviously, I would be upset about that.
So
doesn't mean it's correct.
I want the conversation to go is like I don't want to go too much into the drama of it because I think that situation is there's so many details to it, so many sides, and I think it's been dealt with. I kind of want to keep the conversation more about the concept of like offering. We can even start with what he offered, like 30% for hosts. That's complete bullshit. That one specifically, but like people also. I'm gonna be honest. I'll just come out and say it. Like the whole like Professor Akali YouTube thing. That was like he's been doing for years. I don't think is nearly as bad as like the Twitch one that they're trying to start. Even though I still think I'm pretty sure what Professor Kali does is it's like 50%, but he hooks you with an editor. They go through your like if you're just lazy and don't want to like get an editor, go through your own VODs, clip stuff and cut and just have daily uploads. That's a good deal. If you're that fucking lazy, you're gonna lose 50%. But like the host thing, if you know anything about Twitch, hosts don't really do anything. And if they do, it's because you're hosting someone so much that you're pushing your community on them. And at the end of the day, they're still your community. So like they're gonna be underneath you. And at that point, like there will be people that stick, but not nearly the numbers that you think. Usually you expect like 1% stick. And like so the host thing to me, I thought was really like that was a bad deal. It's just a bad deal. No matter where he was in his life, I think it's a bad deal.
I think it's a bad deal, but the fact that like Charisma and them got so much hate for it, I think was so unwarranted. Like at no point, like I agree with what Tack was saying. Like it's not like he was like threatening him and say, you better take this fucking deal or else. Like he like offered a deal. It wasn't a great deal in my opinion. I bet some people would beg to differ, but I think a lot of us would agree that we probably wouldn't take that deal. But just because it's a bad deal doesn't mean you gotta like dish and hate on the person, you know? Like I feel like the way it all went down was a little like unfortunate for lack of better words. Like
like I said,
I don't think he should have done.
I don't want to go too much into the drama because I know people definitely have different sides of it.
Yeah.
I want to talk about more of like the concepts of hosting and the whole YouTube shit and like your guys' experience behind it, because I think the whole Forgotten Project thing is like everyone has their sides, and I don't think anyone's gonna change their sides at this point. I also just want to stay away from like that kind of drama.
No, I have a question. If like let's just say like they're asking for 3%, just bring this up again. How much do you think orgs take then?
I think orgs give. Like
I have no idea.
It depends on the contract.
Yeah. I think everyone's contract is different, and I don't even. If anything, it's like, what is the streamer getting out of it?
From my knowledge of it, so I have a strong knowledge of it in the Fortnite community specifically, where from most contracts that I've actually had like the opportunity to look at a lot of these contracts through like other people I know personally, and from what it looks like from most orgs is the revenue they take would come specifically from earnings in tournaments. It never came from their specific brand. So they wouldn't take any money from streams. They wouldn't take any money from YouTube. It was all just like, if you win this tournament, we're going to take 10% of your winnings. And it seemed like that was the norm in the Fortnite community. Like if the org was going to take any money, it would be winnings from tournaments. But it seemed like they never took from the actual content creation aspect of it, which is really cool considering that all these orgs would give these content creators and professional players, editors, and all these outlets to actually like display themselves and create like a portfolio to, I guess, express themselves, which is really cool. I think it was a very like efficient way of going about it.
Is that not a difference between an org and a talent agency though? Like for example, if you're joining C9, that's an established organization, right? Whereas if you're joining Plus One, which is the talent org that is run by Abe from Offline TV, one is they find you sponsorships, they find you deals, they find you ways to expand your stream. But an org is literally just a title, like you're an advertisement, you're a brand.
So I don't know much about it from like the talent aspect. I just have the information from the org aspect.
Yeah, I think what we're talking about here is the contract that they were offering the Forgotten Project. I don't think it was that of an org or a brand. I think it's straight up like.
Yeah, they didn't even have like a company, I don't think.
Basically, they were just saying, hey, here's a bunch of streamers and we'll push our hosts on you for 30% of your revenue, which if you want, like I said, I think if like LS probably has the best take on that whole situation. I watched it. It was like, I thought it was pretty good, but I was sorry, Juve, go.
Oh, I was just talking because I heard like some orgs, I wouldn't take the deal regardless, right? I heard like some orgs take like 30% of people's cuts, but even though that's all fair, it's all like different for everybody.
From what I've heard is that orgs pay you to be a part of their brand, right? So they like pay you a set amount. Like I think I remember, like this is like 3 years ago when I Will Dominate was on Team Liquid. He went over how much money he makes in a month. So he was like, okay, so like Team Liquid pays me like $3,000 a month. I make like $5,000 a month off YouTube. Off Twitch, I'll make anywhere between like 5,000 to 10,000. Off sponsors, I make this much. So like a lot of these guys are not like paying their orgs jack shit. It's more so their orgs are paying them to be on it, and that's usually the case when it comes to like official orgs, right? I'm not talking about like the startup orgs that are like, you know, ran by some random person that's trying to get an org going. I'm talking like official orgs, so TSM, C9, etc., right? They usually pay person to be a part of them. And then on top of that, like Zianni was mentioning earlier, they'll find them sponsors and they'll really push that towards them, because sponsors is really how like streamers and like content creators start making like some serious money, from what I've heard.
Ads too.
Yeah. Ads,
Dude, look at the
ad
TSM
revenue as well.
FTX deal. Dude, didn't they make like $200 million for like a 10-year contract with some cryptocurrency just for adding FTX in
Is
their
that
name?
what is that a cryptocurrency?
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure all
It's
it
an
is.
exchange.
So it's a crypto
okay,
exchange.
I was gonna say there's no way it's a cryptocurrency. Like
They paid them $200 million for 10 years, and all they have to do is just add FTX to their name. From my understanding, I could be wrong. So if someone
that's a
does know,
dub.
correct me if I'm wrong.
no,
But
I'm
that's
pretty,
a dub.
pretty sure that's literally all it was. I mean, there's a lot of takes on this. 10 years is a fucking long time, especially with the industry we're in, like esports.
200 million,
Bro,
and they still
do
do
you
everything
underst-
else
Okay,
normally.
but like, can you imagine if you think about it? Esports still isn't even 10 years old for League of Legends specifically. Like, if they, I mean, honestly, I think we're going down the wrong direction personally. But I think if esports actually gets like, no offense, but I don't think esports is really going to take off, at least in America, super big until we start getting like location based. I know Overwatch did that, but like the way Blizzard handled Overwatch was fucking trash, and like that's more of a Blizzard problem. I don't think it was because of like the location. Like I used to love CLG, but the only reason I liked CLG was because I didn't want to be like a bandwagoner and follow like players other places. So I just stayed on CLG and I'm like, yeah, this is my team. I choose this as my team, right? Some people will just follow players, and that's fine. But if you ask people, rarely do I see people that are fans of organizations because of the organization itself. It's usually they follow players or they just like the players that are on certain teams, and they're like, yeah, I'm a fan of this year. I'm a fan of that. So personally, I think esports, I mean, I kind of switched the topic of this, so I do apologize, but esports over the next 10 years could go a lot of different ways. And if it went the right way, I actually think 200 million is like pretty low.
It's irrelevant though, because it's just their name. That's like
They're
TSM
not prevented
Snapdragon.
from doing anything. Like that's the thing. Like the only thing they're prevented from
I
doing
wonder if they're
is changing their name.
I wonder if there is something on the contract where like if they do this, like contract is like, you know, or whatever.
Yeah, if they change their name from TSM FTX to TSM, then obviously the contract's
Yeah,
done.
it's like, oh, we're rebranding again and we're keeping the money.
Like from my understanding, it seems like it was the most like loose contract ever. Like it literally just
I
comes
have
down to
no
the
idea
name,
about it,
and
so-
day-to-day operations and all of that stay exactly the same. Like it's just an advertising ploy for FTX.
I mean, yeah, that's
in my
that's pretty fair.
understanding.
That's you go massively in the grain.
I think,
it.
yeah. I mean, I think I'm just a little upset over. I'll just say this. I'm probably just fucking salty of like the way esports is going, because I really think they should do it location based and really claim a part of like the fucking, like, even I don't know. I just
You want like state teams for
not
esports?
state teams, but like a city. I think a city would be cool. Like if we're gonna franchise and we're like, okay, like there's no chance that you lose your spot. Like if we're gonna the reason I feel like NFL and all that stuff does well is because like they're franchised, yes, but they also like they're based places, so people will always like that team just because of where it's like. I like Miami teams because I love Miami because I lived in Miami, so I will always love Miami and New York teams, right? Because that's like where I've always lived my entire life. I probably am gonna like a new LCS team, especially with what's just happened with CLG. But like I don't feel any affinity towards any of these teams. It's more of like, oh, I like the players on this team, so I'm gonna like this team this year, maybe. You know, at least that's how I feel. People could be different, but
I think the problem with that though is that you
yeah.
can't have enough teams to support all the regions. Like take the NBA for example. There's 30 teams in the league. LCS only has 10 or 12, right? Like it's a small amount. Like I feel like in
gotta start
each
somewhere.
And they all suck.
sport. Yeah, but the thing is, it's like I think, yeah. But I think the thing is like what differs esports from sports, in my opinion, and this is just purely my opinion. So like people will 100% disagree with me, but I think the fact that like for example, like I'm from New York and there's two teams in New York, the Knicks and the Nets for basketball. Being a Knicks fan is like a huge thing, but it's because it's like as New Yorkers, we have a common interest. I think if you still only had 10 teams and it was more region based, where, for example, it was the tri-state area, I feel like it would be harder to get behind. Like, I feel like it's hard to be super inclusive of these regions when they would have to be so broad as
No,
a
you
whole.
don't have to make them.
I don't know.
You don't have to
I
make them
think-
very big. They can be small. I mean, like look at LA. LA is a major city. We didn't have a football team forever. Like you don't need one for every city. You could just like some cities just won't have one until eventually they have one. It's like not a huge deal.
Like,
thing
my
is,
team.
if it's only 10 though, like that means 40 states
Yo,
just
I'm
get
not
in
sure
the
I can
bracket.
even name 10 NFL
Well,
teams.
I'm gonna be honest. Like, if you get the
Oh my
major
God.
cities, bro, if you get the major cities, that's most of like your demographic probably anyway.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you were to
You get
name
West
10
Coast,
major
East
cities,
Coast,
like,
Southwest, Northwest. Like, you just get like New York. No offense, if you get like 2-3 New York teams, because New York's probably like the most congested and everyone wants to fight each other. You get fucking New York. That includes New Jersey. Everybody on New Jersey is gonna hop on that bandwagon. Then you get Boston. That's all of Massachusetts in the outskirts area, right? So like, I think as long as you're in major cities to start off, you could definitely fucking. I think I'm lagging here too, but you could definitely get like the closer state. Like I'm from New Jersey. We were always the posers, and we're like, yeah, go New York, right? Like, come on, that was just the thing. We didn't have it. We have the Devils, right, on hockey. That's it. Oh, and the Red Bulls, I guess.
There has to be like logistic issues with it. Like the first thing that comes to my head is like server issues. It's like servers are only based in certain areas. I feel like in League specifically, that's why you see all the teams creating like houses and like bases and offices in LA for the most part, because aren't the or no, maybe I'm wrong. Never
in
mind.
Chicago.
Yeah, they switched to Chicago.
For one,
I think
if we're talking location based, right? Here's the issue with that. It's like they would need a location based like facility for the game or for orgs, right? It's like because like League of Legends is just one game.
They already do. So
Okay.
if you're a professional player, you have access to the tournament realm, which has a LA server, which is zero ping. So when we were doing Twitch Rivals,
How was that? Zero ping.
I didn't play because I'm not on the West Coast, but like they were complaining because they had to play on the Central server for amateur tournaments because they were upset that they had to do that when they're practicing on zero ping. It's like, bro, get over yourself.
But at the same time, like League of Legends esports has been dying for the past 2-3 years, all right? Like
I
it
mean,
used to be like TS.
That's it.
It's a
I
huge
mean, I
decline
stopped
in
watching.
NA.
Yeah.
I feel
I think in NA
especially,
specifically,
yeah,
yeah.
it's in decline. But if you're Korean or in US, I feel like going pro is still like a huge dream because they have so much more leagues in Europe already. They're just better players for one, right? The servers are known to be better. In NA, it's like with so many games coming out, like Valorant especially is huge now. People just have their interests focused on different things, and League is just not as fun as it used to be, or people don't get as excited over it on a competitive level. At least, right? Our dicks still get hard when we see Viego's 6-pack, but like you don't really care like about TSM 2-0ing C9 on the weekend anymore like we used to for whatever reason. I don't know what that reason is, but it's not the same as before.
Like I feel like FPS games in NA have always been very prevalent.
Yeah,
and I think Fortnite is one of the best examples of that. Like Fortnite really mainstreamed video games and live streaming. Like it's weird to admit because I feel like a lot of people now despise Fortnite, but I feel like a lot of people have to give credit. Yeah, no, I feel like a lot of people have to give credit for what Fortnite did though, in like the mainstream media, specifically in NA. Like it really put streamers and content creators and video games on the map. Like when the Fortnite World Cup happened, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
Like a high school student
How much
won
money was it?
$3 million. Yeah, like that's a big deal.
You know what's insane?
It was like 30. It was like a fuck ton of money.
Like 30 million.
Ninja
like
on
30
New
million.
Year's Day.
Dude, yeah, Ninja was in Times Square doing his own thing on New Year's Day. That's crazy.
Everybody, I watched it live when he did the everybody floss and
Yeah,
nobody
and
did.
no one did.
Just like you're not doing it.
No, but going back to it, I just feel like I think the genre, like just MOBAs in general, specifically in NA, it's just hard to make that mainstream. Like I think that it'll always be its niche community in NA, but I just think like I don't know how you would make that mainstream. Like I think they've tried progressively doing that. Like speaking from experience, like I saw LCS at Madison Square Garden and it was a really cool thing. It was so much fun. But it's like, how do you broadcast that and actually market that to people who don't play the game? Like I feel like that's the issue. Like you can't.
So Monte Cristo actually had a really good take. At least I enjoyed his take, and he says esports is such a shitty foundation. And obviously, I'm using words loosely here. I'm not quoting him directly. He says esports has such a shitty foundation because we're building it on the basis of what traditional sports is built on already. Like the way the whole thing is set up, it's professional and everything. Where we should be maybe surrounding it more around like the way and culture of gaming and streaming and be a little bit less of that like super high-end professional and like this is how it's fucking going. Because I'm gonna be honest, every time I watch like TCS or something that's just like content creator made or just like the culture of what we're like these people come from, I'm so much more entertained than when I watch LCS. And when I'm watching LCS too, it's like, I'm gonna be honest, nobody that's like lower than, I mean, I'll say plat, probably has any idea what kind of fucking game is going on, because everybody knows professional League of Legends is a very different game than solo queue. And even then, it's from what people are used to, they're not going to see that. Like, there's games that go on for 20 minutes with 0 kills. You know, it's kind of boring if you don't understand the technical aspects of what's going on. But
what if we changed it to professional Earth?
I think, I mean, I just think you don't base esports off of traditional sports. Like, I'll use this as an example, and maybe this is a bad example. This probably is a bad example. That's probably kind of going a little off topic, but OTK is a content creator. They're a new org, right? But they built the organization around their content creators, right? Whereas I think the only successful, there's a few successful orgs that have done that, but generally the orgs are stand by themselves. But like OTK is like these insane streamers all on their own, and they're building around the streamer, right? Whereas I feel like every organization isn't doing that necessarily or per se, and that flows into kind of like where esports is and broadcast and how it's given to the viewer. It's just very traditional, and like I don't think people want traditional. Like, oh, here's the intro, here are our analysts, here's the hosts, blah blah. This is this, and we're gonna talk you through this because nobody honestly gives a fuck. I mean, at least I didn't. I think and like a good example of that is LEC is always generally more entertaining than LCS from what I've watched, because they'll do some knockoff shit sometimes that's funny. Whereas like LCS is so straight edge and professional, and it's like, bro, I don't care. You're broadcasting this to, like, let's be honest, like children or people that just want to be kids at the end of the day. Like, it's a video game, you know? It's not fucking the Super Bowl. So I mean, that's my take.
I feel like
crazy. Oh no, you go.
I feel like in-game content has just been dying, and just out-of-game content with familiar faces are just so much more entertaining to watch, like you said. Like, imagine like you know, the Fnatic or G2 people playing like a game of Jeopardy. Like, I would watch that 10 times over than just watching them play against, you know, Mad Lions.
Yo,
but you might watch the Mad Lions game because you saw them on Jeopardy.
Yeah, true.
You're right. I feel like they're just like not really building around creation, or like they're just not even like high, like I think Tech said this, but like who was in chat, one of the only orgs that's able successfully to do this over across like a ton of games with their brands is like Liquid. Like Liquid, like
TSM too, though. Not TSM.
Yeah,
too.
TSM getting there, like with Mythy and everybody.
Not even that though. Like TSM does like small content things where like they'll have the league roster play against the Valorant roster, and like they'll play.
I didn't know this.
And they'll play a game of Valorant, and it's like
sick.
No, like Juvx is actually bringing up a really good point. It's weird that I actually like I completely agree. Where I feel like I always end up watching those types of videos, as opposed to watching the pros play in their actual like respective games. Like it's an actual interesting thing to think about. Like, it's a game changer.
All right, so I'm thinking esports org. You guys in? I got two investors, $1 million each.
Let's go. Let's do it.
We'll talk budget later. As opposed to what?
Are you taking revenue from the hosts? Like, am I gonna have to give you 30% for each host? Is that what's going
Khalid,
on?
with the fucking pennies you bring in, I don't need it.
Oh,
Damn, he said you bring in pennies.
Hey, at least I bring in something. Fuck, my bad.
I'm kidding.
What org would you guys join if you had the opportunity?
100
Thieves.
100 Thieves?
Yeah.
I would say, 100 Thieves.
Yeah.
You know what's so cool about 100
Thieves?
Thieves?
Seem like the most fun.
Dude, the whole idea of 100 Thieves when they were like creating it and formulating it was for it to be an apparel brand. And then one of Nadeshot's friends or like close business partners ended up saying we should branch out into the esports thing. And even though they do that, it still seems like at the core it's more about the apparel and the content creation, which I think is really cool. Like, I feel like it's a more loose approach, and I think that loose approach is what's made it so successful in recent years, as opposed to other orgs who purely go for the whole professional aspect of it.
Brand is what you'd call it. It's like, oh no, Alexa's fucking talking again. Sorry.
Alexa,
You're
what's
good,
my
you're
ad?
What's my ad? Bro, she hasn't been on the Wi-Fi for 3 years, and
What's
she just
my
fucking
current
talks.
location?
But what are you saying?
No, I was saying that what they've done really well is they made this as a lifestyle brand. They've always been a lifestyle brand first and foremost, and like that I think was so smart, and it gives them more personality. Like when you talk, I have an interesting time talking to like esports friends about their contracts and how many like stipulations there are about like, you know, like their like professional presentation, what they can and can't do or say online and this and that. Like I think they're so strict. They like keep people from having like personality. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, have sex.
Yeah, they're like you know like on God though they can't act like they're just like normal adults, and I think it's like super weird because
I don't like that.
Like I mean on Twitch, right?
You know
like
I heard sex.
Like
Alex just woke up. Alex has been in a slumber for the past 20 minutes.
Alex is sex. Like, hello.
No, I think you're totally right on that. No, I think that's
it's awkward. It's just like it's like watching the Disney Channel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's like watching the families on the Disney Channel. You're like, no one's gonna say, "Oh, Dad, I crashed the car," and the dad's gonna go, "Gee, son, you're gonna be grounded for a while." Like, what the fuck, dude? Absolutely not. Like it's like it's not authentic, and that's why I think people struggle to connect with like these watered down personalities, is because they don't feel authentic.
No, yeah. I agree with that. So, Radpuppy, you want to lead the conversation on sex?
Huh? Sex?
Hold on, Juve, you were saying something?
I don't believe in sex.
What do you believe in?
What?
This man believes in love, but not sex. Okay. That makes a lot of sense.
Someone's capping somewhere.
Yeah, I literally just tweeted 2 hours ago a rule book on having sex. And
a rule book on how
no,
to
okay, no, don't.
What's the rule?
Real,
Rule number one.
Pull it up so I don't look like a loser.
This up? Yeah, no, I'll pull it up.
Pull it up so I don't look like a loser.
Right,
hit us with rule number one.
Let me see this.
No, 101 ways not to have sex. Or to say no to sex.
Did you do this while we were on the cast? Because that would be
No. It was like 2 hours ago.
Well, 100. Oh, this fucking picture. Okay.
Share screen, Riofacer.
All right, it's on the stream.
I'm watching the stream. Okay, here we go.
100 ways to say no.
Oh, I've seen this.
Yeah, I said number 25.
Number 15. Oh my god. Wait, what's 25?
I'm allergic.
Yeah, that's my go-to. I don't believe in it.
I'm so mad they cut off 34. It's actually so shady.
What's 34?
That's what I'm saying. They cut it off. It said
I just want.
But
this is good.
I'm allergic to sex. It's probably my favorite.
Here, hold on.
You're plugging me for free, Rio? No shot.
No free clout.
You're the best.
Insane content. No, this I actually like. Okay, Alex, you know how like you. No, I know, but like legitimately, Alex, you know when you like talk to someone, you're like, wow, this guy's good, or you're like, I could see him being a good streamer. Like Juve is like one of the few people I actually was like, yo, this guy is good.
Yo, somebody
like
in my chat.
He's actually funny. He gives a shit. He thinks. Not much, but he thinks about what he's gonna do, and then he does it.
Juve has 400 followers. Kick W. Run his numbers now, guys. Get him some follows.
I had 180 7 days ago, so yeah, they have to allow it, bro.
Flex.
Get him to 500 today.
You want to know why you're good? You want to know why you're good? You're a man of the people.
Thanks, man.
You are a Twitch viewer, and you know how to resonate with them. Khalid, what the?
It's because I'm broke, right?
I thought his shirt was off.
Jelly dude.
Yo, Khalid, I thought when you were walking into that fucking light, I thought your shirt was off because it looked like the TikTok trend where you're like doing that shit in the light.
Oh, the fucking
in the shadow.
Yeah, in the shadow. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Khalid?
dude, I'm not that crazy. I think you've known me long enough. Yeah, I don't have the balls to do some shit like that.
No, bro. I mean, I honestly, I think there's your drunk Khalid does the balls to do that.
Honestly, yeah, you got a point.
Stop sucking this guy's dick. I give him all the ideas. Well, okay. Well, what do you got to say about that, Juve?
Wait, what did I miss?
Stereo Sevla.
That's tax friend. I don't know who he is.
I don't know who that is either.
That's tax friend. That's tax friend.
That is the only time I'm gonna read chat. But I saw that one. I was like, okay. Look, Juve is one of the few people I actually hype up because when I actually I generally watched an entire 20-minute video he made and was laughing the whole time.
Thanks, man. I unprivated it though. But if I ever get big, I'll put everyone on here. Don't worry, guys. It's vice versa too. Hopefully.
Yeah,
Somebody
no,
put
like-
this,
like,
so you know we
As
hold him
I
accountable.
as I get bigger, you guys will probably show up on this podcast less. So don't even worry.
Dude,
that's
I'm gonna be
perfect.
completely honest.
Yeah.
I've been talking to Rio a little bit recently, and Rio
Mhm.
really looks up to you. Like you're.
Dude, I
Okay, all
You're
right.
an
don't-
inspiration
no,
to
no,
me.
I don't look up to the kid.
Okay,
Yes,
but
you
it's-
do. Shut
No.
the fuck up.
It's
Yes,
really
you
like-
do.
That's fucked.
Child.
5
He is a
foot
child.
Juvx fanboy.
Dead ass.
I met Rio with
fanboy.
RNG.
I'm a stan. I'm a stan.
Rio, you know I met you with RNG too, right? I
Oh
had like
yeah, 100%.
yeah,
You
I-
randomly hosted me once.
I had like 7 viewers, and you were like, "Thanks so much for the 7 viewers," and you know I felt nice because no one ever thanked you for that little.
Yeah, dude.
Thanks,
No,
brother.
honestly, like I think the greatest thing about raiding on Twitch is not like to like grow your fan base at all. It's literally just to meet other streamers and like hopefully like something
100%.
clicks. Like I
Yep.
would have never met Khalid if it was. I would have never met anyone here from streaming. But like I could honestly say like Radpuppy and Khalid, Zianni, like some of my closest friends, right? And then like
Fuck you.
I'm just finally getting this guy on my left a little bit out of his shell. You know,
Mhm.
it's been nice. He's been streaming Final Fantasy. I could come through and just talk to him about some stupid kid shit.
Dude, it's crazy to think about like how crazy the like internet is. Like the fact that like you can meet these other creators from so far away. Like I met Rio playing a game of League. I wasn't streaming. Someone from my stream was watching Rio's stream, messaged me on League and was like, "Yo, you're playing with like one of my favorite streamers right now. Like his name's like Rio." And I'm like, "Oh, bet."
We
And then I
lost.
tuned in. We lost the game. I think I fucking
We
hard
lost.
fed. But it was still cool. Like it opens up like so many like friendships and like relations. It's just I don't know. It's just a beautiful thing. That's just me drunk rambling, but I think it's cool at least.
I will say there are a lot of snakes on this platform, and some people honestly
Yeah, like
go through the mud.
Riofacer.
I'm like
Yeah.
at least I admit that I'm a snake
What-
and a
what does the
sellout. Okay,
facer
you know what
stand
you're
for
getting
in
when
your name?
you know what you're getting when you come to me. Okay,
Two-faced.
more no, there's just one.
Dude,
And
what's the,
What's a what?
I was gonna say, what's the longest friends you guys have known in real life? You never met in real life? Because I have
You
friends since
never met?
2011. Yeah, I have friends since 2011 that I met on RuneScape that I still talk to, but
That's
I've never
cool.
seen them online. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think Rio's mine. No cap.
actually, yeah, like you
completely
guys,
serious.
you know, so okay, so like some of my mods, like Larry, Ramza. I mean, if you guys remember their names, those
Mhm.
two. I only know them because in our like mini online group, I have
Mhm.
another facial. He's my actual IRL friend that we went to middle school together. And
Mhm.
then I became friends with Larry and this other guy who now like moderate for me. And I think we do D&D on Wednesdays, and I've known them for like almost over 10 years, but I've never met them. I actually just learned what Larry looked like. And I also learned his name isn't fucking Larry. That was the biggest thing.
Wait,
not,
it's
like,
not.
his name is not Larry. It's
What
his
is
real name
it?
Don't
literally
dox
not-
him. Don't dox him.
Are you
Don't
gonna
dox
dox
him.
him?
I'm
Don't
not,
dox
I'm
him.
not
Well, I
doxing
mean,
him, but
his
Larry's
first
name is
name?
not
No,
Larry.
no. Just don't say what it is.
No, I'm not
Like,
gonna
let
say.
it-
I'm not
let
gonna
it be
say.
a
I'm not gonna say.
mystery.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say. But I also didn't know what he looked like for 8 years. Like he posted a selfie, I think, literally last year, like in my selfies channel on Discord. I'm like, oh shit, so that's what you look like. But I've known this guy for like almost 10 years now, and it's just strictly internet. Like Larry's that guy who's been on my stream when I had one viewer, and like he just comes back, like he's always been here. So it used to be just me and Larry like talking on my stream. That was it. But I've
Is
never
D-
met him. But I
is
feel like
D-
I know him like really well.
Is D&D fun, by the way?
It's actually really fun if you get a good group of like I was like I used to have a stigma against it like when I was younger, but like
Mhm.
I'm much more open as I get older, and
Mhm.
I have a very very fun time. I look forward to it every week actually. If you get a good group of friends and like I will say my role playing could definitely be better, but I have a really good time with it.
It's dope.
Like a special
Yeah,
voice
it's real dope.
for your person.
I'm just like our whole group in D&D is like there's these two people and then the other two, and they're like kind of forming like these groups, and then I'm kind of just like this guy in the middle who just does whatever he wants and kind of like laughs at everybody. So I just kind of I'm the jokester. But it's good. I recommend if you ever have a chance to join a campaign, like it's actually a really fun time with good people.
Let's
Should I
do
join
it.
Oh,
your
I'll try.
campaign?
Okay, but find a D like I don't know. You gotta find someone who's super knowledgeable to be the DM, like the guy who's. I'm gonna be honest. D&D is just adult imagination come to life, and that's why it's so
Adult
much fun.
imagination.
That's what I consider. Like I feel like I'm just like we're role playing. Well, what's role playing? Just using your fucking imagination. Like it takes me back to like when I had a fucking friend, who would come over and we would, like I don't know if you guys ever did this, but when I was like 7 years old, like we would get the pillows, we would get the chairs, we'd make some fucking forts and like just pretend we're like like shooting out like some fucking zombies or something, like whatever it was. And those are some of the best times I had when I was a kid, was just building forts and using imagination, right? I don't know if anybody else has done that. Like, maybe I'm just stupid.
Rio,
I
are you an
never
only
tried
child?
it.
Am I an older child? No, I have an older sister who. Actually, I don't think anybody's spoken to her in like in 3 weeks, but she's super busy. She works for the president.
Play with you?
Jeez.
Did she what?
Did she play with you? Like how did you know what I mean?
Me
Like,
and
what's your age
sister,
difference?
my sister did not get along until high school.
Oh,
And then we got along really well because we both hated each other like a lot. Like, I think we actually hated each other. And then I don't know what happened in high school. You just gotta get older, and then like in college we were super, like we share one interest. Everything else about us is complete opposite. She's like
What's the
straight edge.
interest?
Dance music. So I'm a big raver. Like I've been going to raves since I was like 16, so it's like 10 years now. So my sister also likes house music, and that's like our only thing. So we went to Ultra together with some of our friends, and we went
That's
like we had the best time. It was like before Ultra was 18 plus. I was like 16. Like so much fucking fun, and that's when I fell in love with Miami. So I wound up coming to live in Miami. But yeah, me and my sister, like, we are complete opposites. Like everything that I am, my sister's the opposite. It's kind of weird.
Is Ultra the one that happens from sunrise to sunset?
No, that's EDC Vegas.
Oh, okay, my
That's the
bad.
one in
Vegas.
Vegas.
They're doing one in Florida, I think, or Orlando, I think, aren't they?
Yeah. EDC Vegas, yeah, or EDC Orlando, yes, but they don't. That one's during the day. The only one that starts. So Vegas starts at 6 p.m. and I think it ends, or like it starts at like 7 or 8. So you see the sun set.
That's
And
so
then
sick.
And then
gotta
it
go to
ends
that.
at 6 a.m. when the sun is rising.
That's so sick.
How-
And the
Wait,
entire
come
night,
through.
the entire place.
Wait, hello, come through.
I always wanted to go.
I want to
through,
go.
but
I want to
something
go,
that
but like I gotta save money.
I had to wait till I was
I'll
21
spot
because
you.
like
You're just kidding.
if I'm
Okay,
going
okay.
something like that, I gotta drink and like I could never use my fake at like an event like that. Like
Your
in
what?
previous years. Never
Your what?
nothing. Nothing.
Damn.
Wait, what? What did he say?
Oh, Rio, you fucking
Oh.
narc.
Wait, what did he
Yeah.
say?
Nice, Rio. This is why
You're-
the kids aren't gonna invite us to shit anymore. This is why they're like, "Oh, you guys are old."
you guys are old.
Cool, Rio. Be cool.
Be cool. Be cool. Look, I don't need the kids. The kids are asking me to party. They're like, okay, I'm
Like,
the guy.
same.
I'm the guy who will go to bed at 10 p.m., wake up at 4 a.m., and be in the nightclub at 6 a.m. to leave at 12 p.m. Did you follow that?
Honestly, Rio, I'm
No.
My
visual
brain
and
is
the
always
numbers.
fast.
I just,
Sorry, too many numbers. My fault.
I apologize.
Okay. Well, we are coming on the tail end of 2 hours. So I'm not gonna end it yet. I mean, this is going pretty well. Like, we'll just keep vibing, but just a heads up, it has almost been 2 hours, so don't feel the need that you need to be here. But this has been great so far, so I really appreciate you guys. And if you guys are watching out there, I know we're not really talking to. Oh, bye, Jack.
I'm playing.
Right?
I know
What's
we
happening?
haven't really been reading chat out
You haven't
loud,
been
but I
reading
appreciate you
chat?
guys. I mean, I'm glancing. I'm not really reading it, but I'm just fuck you. I'm just trying to say thank you guys for tuning in. This is the first time we did something like this. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I just got some friends together and was like, let's just fucking talk. So I'm glad that's the vibe we kind of got going.
Thank you for the invitation,
really
by the way,
enjoying it.
Rio. I was really
Mhm.
shocked that I made the cut for once.
Okay, don't fucking gaslight me.
Gaslight him.
All right, I get enough of that from Radpuppy and my ex in the past. Okay.
Oh, what? Why,
no.
why you always compare me to her, huh?
I don't compare you. I just said that you're one of the people in my life that's done
You-
that,
you
and she
put-
also
you
has
put
done that
me
too.
always in the same
I
category.
literally do not. Okay, this is see, you're doing it again.
I'm instigating.
You're gaslighting me right now.
I'm instigating.
To be fair, Rio, it's been 2 hours, and I think you've mentioned your ex 3 times now. So it's like,
True.
do you want
You
to
should
talk
text her.
about it? Like, you know, we can do a little bit of
Nah,
group
I'm
Dude,
good.
the fact
good.
that it's
I-
the fact that it's only 3 times is a record. Like that's a
Okay.
lot.
Okay, it's because
Okay,
I
no,
only
but-
have one.
Okay,
I only
okay.
have one relationship to relate things to.
We're
Okay, like
just
I
joking.
was single most of my life. My first relationship was at 23. I think Juve. No offense,
Yeah, I
getting
can't
your
believe
heart broken at
this is such a
18 is a fucking
catch.
blessing.
True.
I think every
True.
dude. Okay, here's a hot
That's
take.
what
I
he
think
said.
every
That's what he
dude needs to
said,
get his
though.
fucking heart destroyed at
That's
least
what he
once.
said.
Dude,
Facts,
it builds so
facts.
much
Yeah,
character.
builds-
It
Yo,
builds so
it's-
much
Character.
Your training arc after, like your comeback arc, crazy.
It's
crazy.
crazy.
It's
Either-
so
either-
crazy.
It's so fucking nuts.
And
man.
you have low expectations for
Look, I don't know about for
literally
women.
so long.
You
I don't-
start
I
like
don't wanna
really
speak for women.
actually
I'm just saying
taking
for the guy.
in. You start taking in music, like you know, you hear like
Oh, don't
Meek
even
Mill
bring
on
up
the
that.
track,
He's,
and you're like,
he's not wrong.
and when he says "fuck that bitch," you feel that shit. Like you didn't used to
Okay,
just.
Dude, Marvin's room hit different after 18.
Bro.
I'm gonna be real.
God, the
Oh,
Drake and Drive,
God.
please, dude.
Cups of the rose.
I'm not gonna lie, I was so down bad. I was listening to Lana Del Rey. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
Lana
I was-
Del Rey.
I was
Honestly,
down
she's
bad.
really, she's like she was solid at one point. I don't know if she's
No.
still
She
like
was.
making bangers, but she was pretty good. Summertime
Still there.
Sadness.
I was-
What?
That's the
I
song,
was
bro.
listening.
Video
I was
games.
listening to the shit that was like, it could have been better. I'm sorry, like all this other stuff. I was listening to that fucking sad,
See,
mopey shit all day.
nah, you did it wrong. You did it wrong.
No, I did, and that's why I was depressed much longer than I think I should have been. Also, I feel like it just gets to the point where you're like, I'm bored of being depressed. Let me go for a run or just do something else other than being sad. That's how it
I'm
was for
bored
me.
of being depressed.
I was literally
Yeah,
like,
well,
one day I woke
post-breakup
up and I was just like,
breakup.
bro, I don't want to feel like this anymore. Like this just fucking sucks. So I went on a run, and like it just started getting better a little bit every day after that. And then I stopped running when I was good, but like I should probably go back and run. Perfect. Because I don't leave my house anyway.
I really like that, dude. I swear, mental health is just like as soon as you start going out and actually just going like physical exercise, like breathing in fresh air, you just feel so much better coming inside the house.
Mhm.
As opposed
You know,
to
you want
coming
to know what's
outside of the house.
what's so sad?
Mhm.
What?
And Alex, I've talked to you about this before. So you're gonna know about this, but like, there have been literal times, and I did it again by accident, where like because I live with my parents, so like they kind of just do everything. I kind of do house chores, which don't like require me to leave. So they kind of do everything that's external towards the house, and where I just kind of clean up. And I literally went on my balcony because we're like in an apartment. Went on my balcony, and I'm just like, wow, it's so nice out here. And then I was like, wait, I haven't left my apartment in like 3 weeks, like literally. And it was right after the Jump King thing, because so you have the 2 weeks of streaming, and then I was like in my apartment for a whole week, and then I finally stepped out onto like just the balcony, man. And I was like, oh my god,
Breath of fresh air.
what's wrong with me?
Dude, quarantine really fucked us up, man.
Yeah,
Like-
no, for
like-
real, man.
like you don't
Retweet.
realize. You were when you said like fresh air, like it was so simple as just
Yep.
I live in Florida, sun and fresh air, and like look, I get to look at water because I live right on the water. So I'm like, why don't I do that? Like, how fucking stupid am I? Just go outside, bro.
You know what's crazy? It's like a year ago. I don't know about you guys, but like when like we got groceries, like we would wipe that shit down. Like
Oh,
that's how
yeah,
paranoid.
yeah.
That's how
same.
paranoid we were about like COVID and shit. And now, like at least in New York, like I'm fortunate to be back in the same situation. That, like things are back to normal. Like there's no mask mandate. Like clubs are open full capacity.
I know you go
But
to
it's
those.
it's just crazy to think that like
I went.
being in quarantine for a year or just even for a few months really makes you forget like
That's
how
true.
like how much we take for granted. Like it's just being stuck inside became the new norm, and it really made like, at least for me, and I think a lot of people could agree, like my mental health went to shit for a few months, 100%. But like
The
now
amount of
being
calls
able to
we
go
had at like 4 a.m.
oh yeah, no, because it's
We're
like
we're
why the
talking
fuck
about, like, we're depressed.
dude, it's like, why the fuck would you wake up early? It's like, yeah, I'm gonna wake up early to just sit at home all day. Like, this is fucking sick. But nah, it's just like after doing it all and now being able to go back out, like I think it was a really cool thing. Like I think now I could say like mentally and emotionally I grew from it. But like if I didn't ever go back out, I feel like it's so easy for a lot of people to just stay like in the whole like quarantine environment and just be so familiar and so used to just not leaving. Like it's just crazy to see how much has changed in literally a year for everyone.
I mean, me and Juve can't relate because we're still in lockdown, technically.
Yeah.
Where do you guys
Canada's
live?
still
Really?
Yeah.
And our province, which is like, you know, the equivalent of a state, I guess, is the only province that's still in lockdown officially.
Holy
So,
shit.
Is there
but
like
COVID? It's a lot better over here. Like we're 100 cases a
Yeah.
day, and like we're chilling. Like half the population is vaccinated. Like,
Now, is there
yeah.
like a number of so like in New York, the way it worked was once we reached 70% vaccination rate, then everything opened at full capacity. Is there like a roadmap or something along those
So
lines?
we're
that's
actually
happening?
reopening officially tomorrow. But
Hey,
there's still gonna be
let's
Okay.
go.
restrictions.
No.
But
So what are the
like,
restrictions?
Nice.
I'm not too sure, but like right now there's like no indoor dining, for example, right? So like that's not gonna be a thing tomorrow. So
Okay.
yeah, I mean we're making steps, baby steps, slowly but surely.
And
we're
gyms open.
still gonna have to wear masks and stuff, but like at least like
that's a crazy thing.
yeah.
Thinking about like how like for your example, your situation, and like
Mhm.
I think this is a fucking American thing. I hate to say it, but like like people forget like we're getting back to normal. Like half the fucking world, if not more, is still like dealing with this whole like lockdown.
Yeah,
shit. Like
no.
literally Canada. Like you guys are right next to us.
Yeah.
I
Like, you
didn't
guys are like, yeah, we're on
realize.
lockdown. Meanwhile, like I went to Miami like a month ago and like had like a blast just fucking clubbing with like one of my childhood friends that I had, and like Khalid. I know you're going out every fucking weekend at this point.
Yeah.
Like it's just like we're back to that, and it's so crazy that like we have to remember like the rest of the world like isn't like this, you know?
Okay,
That's
even
cra-
though
I
it's the
didn't
country,
realize that.
So
like
I'm
in my
getting
troll
word
ass
from-
vicinity.
What'd
Like,
you say,
Say it
Nani?
again?
No, I was saying like even the rest of the country, like in my troll ass vicinity out here, like I still wear a mask first of all because
I still wear
I
one
like
too,
don't like
sure.
getting ready, and secondly because I am positive, bro. I am positive that like most of the people not wearing masks around me, 100%, they're not wearing masks because they never wore a mask and they never got vaccinated and they're never going to get vaccinated. I had to volunteer at a vaccination site to get my shot. And literally the bitch who was working there as a translator, like employed to work there, was like anti-vax.
What the
Like,
fuck?
Wow.
That's interesting.
Wow.
like on
Why
God,
is she
dude.
working there then?
Bro, I have to tell you, she started saying this, and we just like stared at her, and I was like, and she's like, I don't put anything that I don't make into my body, and then somehow she like revealed 2 sentences later that she had like epidurals for like pain, like, and then the lady sitting next to me was a doctor, and she's like, and those like they helped you, and she was like, yeah, those are huge for my pain management. She's like.
Just the silent, okay.
Just
That's all
like,
just okay.
like
Yeah,
holy
that's fine.
shit.
No,
And
I think
people out here
that's
are
a good
crazy,
move.
bro. Like an example. I was at the mall one day, and this is like the further mall that's like in proper civilization, right? And so
You make
this
it
is-
sound like you live in like a hut, like when you say civilization and like proper civilization.
it feels like it.
What's
feels
your
like-
Khalid, your new favorite word, conglomerate? What's the
Conglomerate?
conglomerate looking like over there?
bro, it is bad. So I
Is
go.
that what
I-
you're learning now, Khalid?
They
I'll
have
be
like
honest, I got that word from a clip of Juve on LSF.
lol.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're
You
talking
guys sent
about.
me the clip, and I'm like, that's a great word. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's great use of vocabulary.
Sorry, Donnie.
Hey, thanks,
continue. I'm
friend.
sorry.
Yeah, I like vocabulary. I like
Conglomerate.
vocabulary. I like
Everybody write
vocabulary.
that down.
Expand that
Conglomerate.
shit. Yes, yes. Read some books. But no, so I go to the mall and then I'm like, walking my ass or driving, whatever. Long story short, parked out front. Because like when you get your shit valeted, like they'll go take it back, or you can like tip them a
No,
little
I'm
extra
poor and
and
I don't have a car.
tell them park it out front, So like, I mean, I haven't told anyone to park my shit out front. I'm just saying, like, for sure, right? But there's a fucking lifted pink Hummer parked, bro. Like at the and I'm like, no, dude, no. And I'm like vomiting in my mouth, and I'm like, oh my god, it's so
Pink
gross.
Hummer.
Because I moved here, right? Like I'm not from here, so I'm like disgusted. Anyway, so I'm driving home, and I'm like, God, that's fucking so bad. Oh my god, where do I live now? Where do I live? And so like I live like out of the civilization more. And then I see another Hummer, like the outline of another Hummer. It's like kind of dark now. It's getting dark, and I'm like, bro, another Hummer? What the fuck? They still make those? I'm like, you can get those? Those are road legal? And so then I'm like driving by, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck is on the side of that thing? And then I get closer, and do you know what was on the side of this entire fucking like not like a little family decal, like on the fucking entire Hummer? Do you know what was there, Rio? And
A black hole.
What was there?
it was a fucking giant rat holding one of those like full auto machine guns with like the trailing clip, like firing the bullets all over the rest of the car.
What does that mean? Is that a symbol for
So
something?
Twitch, no, just some fucking weirdo thought that a rat operating a machine gun was an appropriate giant decal to put on the side of their Hummer. I see unironic Confederate flags. Like, oh my god.
Damn.
This state wasn't even in the Confederacy. Fucking idiots. The state was Mexico. So yeah.
Wait, are rats Confederate animals?
No. So that was a separate thing. That was a few weeks earlier. I saw a motorcycle, little buddies rolling around with their
I'll be
Confederate.
honest, I don't think anything's wrong with the rat and the machine gun. I mean,
Dude, it sounds like a rat IRL fanboy. Like,
dude just wants a fucking rat, and like it's his car. I mean, I would never do that to my car, but
I would get that tattooed.
That to their car. Who would drive the Hummer and then say, you know what, this is a rat with a machine gun? Oh no!
I'd do it for $1 million.
Would you guys ever put anything on your PT Cruiser?
Okay, wait. Can I say something about PT Cruiser really quick? Okay, so when I was growing up, my little brother.
PT Cruiser conversation.
Wait, me and my little brother, we had like this little
Naughty,
PT Cruiser car.
Do you think it's a nice car? Would you buy it?
Well, hold on, Rio. Hold on. We had this
you let your guests finish stories.
No, I'm the host. I'm the only one who can talk.
Rio.
Oh shit.
I'm kidding. Go.
Rio, he's gonna send you a message in a second. Like, you should be lucky to even be here. Don't talk over people. Okay.
Wow.
Gaslighting again.
I had the PT Cruiser. My little brother. It was like this cute little thing. It had like flames on the side, and then when you like press the button, it would play Wild Thing, and it was like the hardest little fucking PT Cruiser the world's ever seen. So like 100%. Yeah, of course. We didn't have a PT Cruiser as like 5-year-olds. So
Look, I mean,
playing Wild Thing on. No, but I really think that there's a harder side to PT Cruisers that I think a lot of people don't appreciate. And so as you continue your PT Cruiser slander, I just wanted to remind you that they're not one-dimensional, Rio.
I think Khalid's the leader of PT Cruiser slandering, actually.
No, dude,
he didn't even know what it was.
I didn't know. How was that? Dude, I didn't know what it was. And then Tack informed me. And then he like enlightened me. And he made the point. He was like, yo, if you own a PT Cruiser, you wear Crocs and socks. It's like, you give no fucks. I respect you. Like, I'm on that wave. Like, that's the wave I'm on.
That's what I'm trying to be.
Exactly.
You guys know that
dude.
song?
What song?
Wild Thing. Do you guys know what song I'm talking about?
Like Wild Thing.
Yeah. Yes.
It's like a rock song.
You
Like
hate my heart, sing.
Yeah.
PT Cruiser with flames on the side. Like, you guys have to appreciate that aesthetic. That's something special.
Was it a Hot Wheels branded toy?
No, like it was like that big.
I'm Hot Wheels exclusive. Sorry.
Like it was like a little speaker situation. Okay, Rio.
Yeah, Rio. Stupid.
I only know one car, and it's a blue
I'm
Jeep
just saying,
Wrangler.
women slander me left
Do
and
you
right
own a
and
blue
gaslight
Jeep
me.
Wrangler, Juve?
It's my dream car. I'm
That's
gonna
your
buy
dream
soon.
car?
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna buy
respect
soon.
that.
Are you a
respect
Jeep
that.
guy?
Blue Jeep Wrangler. Same car, same color.
Jeep people are so interesting.
Isn't there like a Jeep thing where like you guys like, I don't know, like say hi to each
There's
other?
a
with
wave.
Jeeps?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like a
You
wave?
just go like that. You just go like that over the wheel.
Over there.
And
I like the
think
motorcycle thing
Subaru-
where they just like stick their arm out and they're like, yo.
So Jeeps do the thing where it's the wave
Yo.
like that, and then Subaru owners do the same thing, but it's a peace sign. That's all I know about car slang. Yeah, I'm not too familiar
I didn't know
with
there was
it,
a whole
but-
culture behind it.
Oh,
Dude,
Jeep
you'd be
people are a
surprised.
whole thing.
I only knew about it because it wound up on my TikTok one day.
The Jeep?
No, like a meme about like Jeep culture and how to say hi to people. It's like a Jeep after like first week, you're like super excited to say hi to everybody because you found out about it. Then like a year later, you're like,
dude, it's crazy. Dude, TikTok is weird,
I don't know. I don't have a
man.
fucking. Yeah, you guys want to talk about TikTok and then we'll wrap this up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get on some weird, like, I guess sub TikToks for lack of better words. Like, I'm on
What about
car
Dom
TikTok.
TikToks?
You're on Dom TikTok?
You want Dom TikTok? No, because you said
What is
sub
that
TikTok.
about?
I
I see what you're saying. That's what you're saying. Yeah, my bad.
Oh,
I'm
now
a little
he's
slow.
intrigued.
Oh no, I'm please
He
enlighten
said, leak
me.
me.
I don't have TikTok simply for the reason that, like, you know, it's literally designed to get you to just be on it forever, and
Yeah.
that's
It's
just
so
like,
dangerous.
I already deal with too much of that, so like to make it worse is not in my interest. So I just,
If you have
completely
ADHD,
don't
do
have
not
it.
get TikTok because
Once you're on there for long enough, she gives you a video telling you to get off.
yeah,
Really?
that's usually. And then you come like what happened? Literally happened to me like yesterday when I was actually gonna make the group chat and like I get on my computer and then like as my computer's loading, I looked at TikTok. Half an hour went by and I'm like, holy shit! And I just like put my phone down. I literally slam it and I go, it's been 30 minutes. What the fuck? And then I just
It's a
kind of like
void,
spent
man.
it's an actual like void and its own dimension away from reality. And it's like because when if you just start interacting with the app just a little bit,
They got
the algorithm for the For You
learns.
page, it's so fucking smart. It will give you things to keep you there. If you
Dude,
you just give it a chance, do
100%.
not give it that chance. It's so fucking
Dude, at
dangerous.
first, I'm like, oh, this app is ass. After 2 weeks, it knows everything. Dude, it knows more than I know about myself. It's scary. Like, I could probably ask TikTok who I'm going to end up marrying in the future, and it would give me the correct answer.
One
which
of
is
these
scary.
women.
Yeah, it's like, one of
On
these
the
5
page.
women will be your next wife. Dude, the For You page is scary. Like,
It's so good
It's
for content
scary.
creation, though. That's the greatest thing. There's
Yeah.
never been an app where you could hop onto it. You have good content, the right hashtags. Like Zianni, I don't know if he's still here. Zianni's really good at TikTok. I know, Donnie, you have your own situation with TikTok right now. I hope that gets worked out.
Holy shit,
I
Rio.
think
I
Zianni,
saw
like,
it. It's
passed
kind of
out.
bullshit.
I don't know.
You got
I'm so
banned?
angry.
Wait, what
Did you
happened?
see?
So I've been
They
permitted
actually changed
several
it.
times, and
Wait,
they
what
just
happened?
permitted me again on my biggest account, and I'm actually gonna project that on
How
it.
big was that account?
I have two that were sitting at like 50K, and that one was like the one that was just a
Holy
little bit
fuck.
over.
Yeah, dude. But for like the reason, I could not believe.
I'm going to
Wait, what was
lose
the
it.
reason? What was
Okay,
the
wait.
reason?
There were two videos. Okay, I'll send them both to Rio. Rio, don't play that game with me, sir. Do
I'm
not
not
play that game.
I'm not playing the game.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say?
Look, I'll send them both to Rio. These are my two most recent uploads.
I know
The fact
which
that
one
these would
got
get
like
me-
you. I know which one got you the boot, and I disagree with that one.
Okay.
They actually changed it yesterday. So TikTok, typically you could use any soundbite that you want, any song that you want, but they changed the community guidelines on what songs you can use, which is a really big thing for TikTok because things like Vine and the predecessor of Vine, that's what they always got in like copyright issues with. It's like, how do you manage a company that literally just uses everything for free?
So what was it before and what is it now?
TLDR.
TLDR, you can't use anything you want. They have to have it like approved by the community guidelines, I guess.
Before or after?
This is the
Just
after.
Take it down.
Okay.
That'll just what happens is that the sound gets removed. Is you'll go to older videos or they'll just decide that the sound leads to too many community guidelines violations. Like you know that song Dick? You know,
No.
it's like Dick,
No.
Dick over and over again. It just says Dick.
No.
So if the sound
It's a
gets
Doja Cat
removed,
song, bro.
so wait, if the sound gets removed, everyone who posted a video to that sound gets a
it's just
strike.
mute. No. You don't get in trouble. It's just the sound just gets removed. Like
So
you
then
just
the video
you
gets
just don't-
deleted, or is
No,
like
no,
the
no,
video
it's
still
just
there
quiet.
on mute?
Yeah, just there on mute. So
What
that
the fuck?
won't hurt you. Yeah, true. Thank you, Brixton. Yeah, I've also been every time I do anything related to dogs, I get fucking my shit taken down or I get banned. It's so fucked
Do you
up.
think it's
What
gonna
do
get
you mean
reversed?
related to dogs? What does that mean?
Like remotely, there was this.
Donnie, if you
there was
want
this
to
one
post
TikTok.
your those two oh, you can't because they're
I
probably
sent them to you.
No, I know. I was gonna say if you want to put them in chat for context, but like their files sent. You can't actually send like the TikTok link anymore. I guess you could link your Twitter if you want to do that. Here, I'll just link it. Do you mind
You
if
can just screen share.
I
I
have
know
one monitor, so things happen.
Oh, I didn't
I get
post the
nervous.
other
I get
one.
nervous about that stuff sometimes. Here, guys, if you want to check out Naughtie's Twitter,
Yeah,
she
one of them is up
go
there.
go be part of the crusade.
Okay, but
She's trying to figure
truthfully,
out TikTok. But, like,
I
it
think
wasn't even that bad.
I think so that the video that I did share was the last one that I posted before it got banned, and then the one before that, it was just stupid. I'll put it on my fleet right now, so that you can like see it. But
What I think is funny about TikTok is like some of the content that's on there is kind of ridiculous.
Dude, there's so many people that just posted one video and now they don't have to work the rest of their life.
okay, I fleeted it.
I don't know about that.
What do you mean by that? Wait, what do you mean
I
by
think
that?
Like,
I generally think like the big TikTokers, like the whole behind the scenes thing, like you could tell there's a process to it, and like these people are actually like smart and thinking about it. I don't think there's too many of them that like just blew up one video on TikTok and now they don't have to work anymore. Like that's the money isn't in TikTok yet, but it's like it's slowly coming into TikTok. Like corporations are gonna like kind of how like corporations took over YouTube, right? Like it used to just be content creators were at the top. Now the highest fucking subscribed channels like Bollywood, right? Or the VMA version of India, like the guys that post the music videos. I think that but like TikTok is still about the creators, like the corporations and the money hasn't like taken it over yet, you know? I mean, I think they eventually will, but especially with China running that shit, so. But yeah, TikTok's fucking crazy.
Do you have any examples?
Of people blowing up? I'm just thinking of like
one video.
Zianni.
Well, for example, I'm looking at Riofacer, the OK Boomer by Nico, right? That kind of blew her up, right?
No, 100%. Like she's still known from a lot of people as the OK Boomer.
Okay, but like her content is so like just to me at least, it's so cringe. Like
Disney Channel, right?
Yeah, you're not the target demographic when it comes to people like Nico. But the thing is, like Nico's
who is the target demographic then?
People who fall into that is just like
they're just people who like you'll fall into a demographic of people just want to see like there's like fuck it, I'm one of them. I not maybe necessarily Nico, but like I just enjoy seeing hot women sometimes. Like I love it. And Nico just makes these fucking random TikToks. She pops up in your timeline. Great, loved it. Follow. I'll go next. There's you get enough of that, and then you take the 1% of that'll give you money for it. Then like you have a business. Like and she's consistent. Like the thing is, I know it's cringe to some people, but like I can. It's like the same thing with Amaranth. Like yeah, it's not what you want, but like they grind and they work and they have a schedule and they think about like what they're doing. Like they're smarter than what you take it for face value. Like they. Like, literally every position that Amaranth is doing on the fucking pickle is for a reason to that kind of detail. Like, she talks about this stuff before. Like, she streams more than anyone on this fucking platform, too. Like,
true.
Like, she's a grinder. Like, I'm not saying I agree with the content or it should be on Twitch. That is a separate conversation. But the people themselves I don't think there are dumb people that make it. And if they do, they quickly fall out. The ones that stay in relevancy are the ones that get it and continue to do whatever they're doing well or evolve. So like I don't like that whole take of like, oh, they did one video and now they're big. Like I think there's so many people with potential, so many, but like not everyone's gonna get that luck. So like,
I think that one video
luck,
though,
ride with it.
I think that one video though is like what puts you on the spotlight. It's sort of like the equivalent of getting lucky by like getting like a host or like a clip shared on like Twitch, for example. Dude, when you say that though, I always think of that Ludwig clip with the pickle Rick, how he reacts to Amaranth having 2 pickle Ricks, but for the longest time makes it seem like she only has 1. If you know, you know. But it's a great clip.
I know that clip. That's a good one. Am I lagging, by the way? I think I had a frame rate drop.
You're good. You're good.
Are we good? Okay, yeah. My internet's been a little shoddy. If you guys need a refresh, but all right. I mean, anybody want to mention anything else or?
Dude, it's been a great time. I think we had some great conversation. It's crazy how we jumped from topic to topic, like with no apparent connection, but I fucked with it.
Yeah.
That 2 hours went by. That 2 hours went by so quick.
That was fun. Thanks for inviting me.
No, I really did.
All right. I mean, like generally, I wanna do 2 to 3 hours. So like, this is probably a good stopping point. But yeah, thanks guys. I mean, this was the first time I did something like this. I'm gonna try to do it weekly. I might even make like a Discord where I could just like kind of merge everybody, and then like I'll pick from whoever wants to like who's like willing to be a part of it. We could just like set up podcast every week of just like chill conversations. But thank you guys for coming through. I mean, this is basically what I wanted. Like you could have literally been doing something on the side this entire time at some point. So
let's play an ARAM.
Yeah. Like Alex was playing ARAM. Yeah, like if you wanted to fucking leave, you definitely could have dipped. Like Naughty showed up late, not a big deal. I don't really care. Awesome, cool. This was awesome. Any last rhetorics? We'll go down the list. Khalid. Oh, Naughty, I didn't mean it like that. Oh my god.
No.
She fucking cut. She said.
That's actually.
She's like later.
Naughty, come back for the outro, please.
Well, I'll start it with this last rhetoric shit, even though I don't know what that means. But
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the end of Rio's podcast. Today we had Khalid, we had Mr. Juve. In the top right corner, we've got Itsnautii. We've got Radpuppy with the rad sunglasses. In the middle, we've got Riofacer 2Rs. And yawning in the bottom right because he's bored and wants to leave, there's Tactician.
Not true. I enjoyed myself, actually.
Yo, I'm gonna have to go in Tax VOD and see what he's typing in his chat, honestly.
No, I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything bad to my chat.
Bro, you
my
said
chat
something.
behaved.
I know you.
My chat behaved today.
Oh no, I'm not even fuck your chat. They can do whatever they want. I want to see what you said to your chat. I want to see what you said to your
People would
chat.
subscribe and I'd be like, "Thanks for the sub." What do you want me to say, bro? Like, I didn't say anything bad. Like,
dude's like, how much longer am I gonna be here?
I legit had fun. I had fun.
No, yeah, dude. The
Yeah.
fact that we went this long with no structure, like we started, and Rio was like, "So what do you guys want to talk about?" Like the fact that we like
I don't know
winged
why-
it on the go is very impressive.
I'm still
Facts.
of the opinion that no structure is structure within itself.
True.
Yeah, no,
I'm still of that opinion.
I have to agree with that. Unfortunately, I have to agree with the laziness of how this all worked.
So people-
Intentionality.
You just have
Intentionality.
to let the
Yeah,
chaos
yeah.
ensue.
Oh my god, wait, did I just
Exactly.
defend Rio?
I love you too.
Take it back.
See, we can be friends. Oh my god, Jesus. Okay,
Rio, wanna play League
Um,
of Legends?
I do not.
Okay.
That's more so because of League, not you.
All right, goodbye.
All right.
Alright.
Yeah, you guys can leave now. I'm gonna figure out someone to host. So